Welcome, everyone, to the final of the 2018 14.1 Straight Pool Championship. This is our first year hosting this event, and I'd like to thank the organizers very much. First of all, a big thanks to Mr. Andy Lincoln, Tournament Director. And I have the great pleasure of introducing the Principal Tournament Organizer, Mr. Peter Burrows. Mr. Burrows has organized this tournament for the last 14 years. It's been a fantastic success, and this is his first year at Carom Cafe. We're looking to make this a permanent home for the tournament in the future, and working with Peter and Andy and his crew this week has been fantastic. The players, I think, have enjoyed being here, and we look forward to a long future together. And Mr. Burrows deserves the most recognition for putting this together, and he's been fantastic to the players over the years. Thank you so much.
Well, and thank you all for coming, and thank all the players for coming. If it weren't for the players' participation, none of us would be here. And of course, all of our sponsors, which we've mentioned, have been a great help to us. Predator Cues, Molinary, Simonis, High Rock, Aramuth Balls, Carom Cafe, but the players are the ones that get the credit. If you think about it, these players have come from all over the world, airfare, hotel bills, to play in this tournament, and really to play for competition among themselves, but also for modern-day fans of 14-1. I thought it was interesting, Charles said 14.1. When I grew up with straight pool, it was 14.1. But in today's world, it's .coms and all these things, so we'll live with 14.1. But in the real era, for this little guy, it was 14.1. But straight pool is a game that I grew up playing in Chicago in the 1940s. And that's why I've tried to perpetuate it. Again, I thank you all. We have two great players here. I want to first introduce Eklund, Kaci, Eklund. And it's interesting, you know, young Eklund has gotten all kinds of accolades. He's been burning up the pages of the magazines in the industry for the last year or two. I believe he's 19 years old. 19 years old. My God, 19 years old. I told my dad I ran 14 balls. And I think he told me a little earlier that this was his first big time straight pool event. So another hand of applause for Eklund. And Eklund lives in Lach, Albania. He's sponsored by the Predator Group and High Rock Cues. Eklund, have a great tournament. Well, Thorsten and I go back a long time. This tournament started about 2005, and I think the second year, Thorsten came and gave us some support. Thorsten's accolades, I don't have to tell you what they are, but his support early on, coming from Germany, having won a couple of major championships the first time he came with us, said so much for his coming down to Maryland and playing in a little rinky-dink tournament. Thorsten is sponsored by Valmer Cues, Cyclop Balls, Kamui Products. Thorsten hails from Felda, Germany, many times the World Championship. We've all watched him many times. Unbelievable. Thorsten, thank you very much for playing again. Gentlemen, leg for break.
All right, Danny.
Yes, I remind again, this match is to 200 points. Simply would maybe take me 4 or 5 hours to play a 200 match point if I ever did. Congratulations.
Alrighty, guys, they're about to start the lag for the break. We have Danny Buriti with us, and myself, Michael Yednak, will be trying to provide some commentary for you guys, a little bit of color. I hope you guys enjoy the show. I hope we have a good performance from the players.
I couldn't agree more, even if I heard what you just said.
So when you're racking the balls for straight pull, you want to make sure the back line is tight. That's why the players are racking for themselves at the beginning. I don't know if they'll continue that or not. But the 1, 2, 14, 12, 5 needs to be locked for him to be able to execute a quality safety break.
Yeah, they only want the 1 and the 5 to come out, ideally, and go back. Well, that's no good. Now,
Guys, if you could just confirm that you're hearing us okay, that'd be awesome.
not a tough shot for Thorsten, but he can't really do anything. It's hard to control the cue ball to get a second shot on this. Well, he's electing to take it.
Yeah, he had to pop all the way around for the 15 ball.
Now, Thorsten could have passed on that shot and made Plenty a re-break. He would have 0-2, which he still does, but he gave up a lot there. I think that was a rather difficult shot.
Yeah, it's especially difficult with the high deflection shaft because he had to spin over to the other side of the table and back out. It's a lot of cue ball movement, a lot of spin on the cue.
There was no natural lay. You can't just hit the ball and come up with a shot. You had to perform. And what's that clock there for, Mike? That's a trophy?
I have no idea. Yeah, it looks like the clock is the trophy for this event.
Oh, I know why that's there. Flavor Flav was in here last night playing, and he forgot it.
This is a race to 200, guys. I believe Plenty has a shot on the 2.
Got to jack up a little and stun the cue ball. If you just clip that 14, you can lose the cue ball.
Yeah,
So
I might actually hit the soft play position for the 15 next. Let's see, he might go into him. Yeah, he went at
he
it.
held it up. He took my advice, and he wound up with a 9-foot shot. He should never listen to me.
Yeah, I think he's going to take the 6 here. This doesn't naturally lead to position, though. He's got to get across the other table. I think the 14 goes.
He's a deadly shooter. I watched a few of his games, and he was popping in long shots from the back rails, dead straight shots, and he was just popping them in.
Yeah, it's actually one of his practice routine shots. He'll take the cue ball against the rail and pocket balls, good 6 or 7 diamonds away, straight in, just to see how good his stroke is, which is very strong. Yeah, it looks like the 14 goes, so he should be able to get position on the 14, and if he doesn't, he'll have the 11 on the side or the 4.
How's he going to get position on the 14? Come
He's gotta
around?
go 2 rails around.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I don't see any other choice. Yeah, he's got the 4, even the 9
He
now.
got the 9. 9's a better choice, I think.
I might take the 4 and play position on the 11, open them the rest. I guess he doesn't have to.
Get rid of the 9. The 7 doesn't figure into this game anyway.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's going to take the 4, 11, and then maybe open him up with the 10. If he doesn't, depends on if the 13 goes. The 3, 14 might be locked as well, or wired.
All he's got to do is tap that. I like your play. The 4, 11, 10. You drive the 3 down, you open them up. You don't have to go into every ball.
He'll stay slightly above the 10, so he goes towards the 3 ball. If he did get 2 straight, I do believe the 314 looks wired. Right, Danny? Looks like it's pretty in line.
Agreed. I think he's going to hit this, though. Stun it and let the cue ball drift into the 3, knocking it down. He should come up with a shot. Well, that was my plan.
Yeah, he hit that pretty hard, though, and I don't think he hit it very deliberate. He hit the 13 instead of the 3 ball.
He had to hit the 13 first. He was hoping that the momentum of the cue would go into the 3.
Go a little forward.
Yeah, and knock it down. So he could have his,
I think he's going at a Massey shot.
tough way to start a 200-point match. On the other hand, you got a little breathing room in a 200-point match.
I almost feel like he has to shoot at the 8 in the side or the 7 up table.
He might bank the 8. He's a pretty good banker.
He's definitely going to have shots if he plays the bank on the 8. That at least he doesn't have to lose the cue if he does go for that option.
He's got the 13. He's got to play a little.
Little Massey.
Yeah, a little bit.
This is all ball foul, so if he touches the 8, that would he would lose his inning.
Oh, he never got the contact he needed.
Yeah, I think that might be a shot more valid on older cloth. You can get it to spin a little quicker.
You get that grab, the English to take. Yeah, that just slid.
Pop the 8 up table now.
I can't tell.
I think I clear out that 15 ball and go ahead and play the 8 now.
Yeah, I think you're right. 3's going to be tricky. It's in a funny spot.
Yeah, good shot. I think he's going to go 13, 12, 3 in the side, 7 in the corner. But let's see what he's getting rid of the 7 now. I think that's pretty awkward though.
Yeah, I think 12-3.
Yeah, 12, 3, 7. I think he is going to stick to my pattern. And you like the 7 in the corner, not in the side, right, Danny?
Well, I mean, he's got options. It's going to depend where he lays on this 3 ball.
Yeah, it's pretty natural to drift up for the 7 in the side now.
Yeah.
I think Danny called the side pocket a little more, but just look at the corner. So he still has both.
It looks like he's going for the corner.
Yeah, a little stop shot. He'll roll a little bit to get the right angle on the 7 in the corner where he goes towards the rail, which is what he wants. He wants to favor the rail.
Yeah, I didn't like him leaving the 7 ball when he shot the 9 early in the rack. It just not. It was kind of not in a good spot for a key ball.
Yeah, he'll use the rail to slow the cue ball down, so he'll go all the way to the rail, I think. I didn't have the angle to go to the rail. Okay. This is a little thick, but this should work.
Okay, this is a 200-point match. Anybody in the Queens area or the New York general area, you come on down to Karam Cafe, you'll be able to catch a good part of this game.
Just noticed Greg Hunt was on. Thanks for watching, Greg. Greg is the owner of Amsterdam Billiards, a big supporter of pool in general. Has helped Danny and I throughout the years. A little shout out to Amsterdam Billiards. Thanks for all they do.
Oh, yeah. Mike, how many players in the Amsterdam leagues now? Just as an aside.
Oh, I believe they have over 300 300 league members between the 8-ball Team 9 and Straight Bull League. Straight Bull League was over 130 players. I think it's still in that general area. The great Sean Morgan running that, Alaska. He's playing the combo here, the 10-4. Good shot. That was wired, but it was still missable.
Yeah,
You know,
it was pretty much.
pretty high percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it opened up the position. The risk was worth the reward. It wasn't that the toughest shot.
Do you play the 12 on the side and open up the 9-13, or do you get these balls underneath and try to attack that later?
No, come around the other side of the table and then play the
12 ball, right?
and try and break them. That should work.
Yeah, I'll probably clear out all the balls underneath, so when he does break them, he has no issues. So get rid of the 11 and 2, so that when he does go in those balls, he'll have more pockets and less balls to tie up. He might even develop the 13 as a possible break shot, which he won't use because the 7 ball is such a great key ball. All right, I like this. He's getting rid of that 5 ball, which is sort of in a nasty spot and pretty useless.
Now's the time. You got to get rid of it sooner or later.
He was just checking his angle on the 10 to see what he could do after he pocketed the 5. I believe he wants to get a little thicker on the 10 if possible, but he drew back instead. He should be able to slip under the 11. Yeah, he can go above the 11.
And come around to the middle.
Yeah. Okay, nice shot. And he might have that 12 ball next. Right, he landed a little thin on the 12, so he might take the 3 first and then the 12.
I don't think so. I think he's going to draw and try and come back.
Yeah, 3 first and then the 12, right?
I don't,
That's the 3 ball.
it's tough to draw, get back in position like that.
Yeah, he got there. It's a great shot. No, he's on the right. If not, the 14 goes.
I guess.
Yeah, his face is showing us that he didn't quite get the proper angle on the 12. He came up a hair short, so Danny might have been right there as far as.
Well, he might have had a very difficult angle on the 12. That's probably why he passed on it.
Yeah. He might be able to cheat the pocket and force into this 9 and get a little separation. Drift forward for the 11, you think? Yeah.
Jack up and put the cue ball into the 14.
They maintain the break shot there. That's good. So solved all those problems there. And the 8th ball's still good enough, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's low enough to the rack. Thirteen, 9, 14, 7.
He can't hold it. He's going to try it.
You swing 2 rails, short rail, long rail towards the 7, you think, or try 1 rail up?
I can't tell from that angle. Can't tell from this angle. He's going to come back, I guess.
Yeah, he had a thick angle, so he could draw straight back to the rail.
He made a straight line from the 7 to the side pocket and put the cue ball on that line.
Yeah, so what Danny's saying is he played into the line of the shot as opposed to crossing the line of the shot, which is always a good pull, and you're very likely to get the position you want. In that case, you want to be straight.
Okay, so we are at 20 for Thorsten, and Clint has 6.
Guys, we should probably thank Ira Lee with the High Rock Productions, Roy and Lowell, Michael King, the room owner of Karam Cafe, Eric Kwan, Molinari, and High Rock guy Charlie Brown and Andy Lincoln, both doing tournament directing aspects. Of course, Peter Burrows and his committee. This looks like a pretty thin shot. I think he would hit follow with this, right, Danny?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, he looks like he's addressing it with follow. Yeah, he's trying to clip the 14, I think.
Yeah, come off the top. And there it is. You know, you come off the top, there is that scratch cross side. One rail scratch cross side.
Yeah, and you notice Thorsten tends to play the break shot a little harder than most, and he took some off there to make sure that he didn't lose the cue ball. That was a very wise shot on Thorsten's part.
Yeah.
Because he was aware of that scratch.
I didn't know if he could hit the top of the rack from there. That's why I wasn't sure how he was going in.
He's got a couple problems here. The 15's a little awkward. The 11, 7, 5, 9, 12 is awkward. And everything else is pretty rudimentary. How do you suppose he'll attack that little cluster in the middle, Danny?
I don't like taking the 10 ball out of play, and he's got to perform here. He's going to try and draw back into the cluster. Yeah, I didn't like that.
He went one rail behind it into
He,
it.
I don't think he meant to.
Oh, really? Okay.
I thought he was trying to pull into it. He wasn't trying to break from behind. There's no speed there. I think he was just trying to clip it, you know, protect the cue ball a little.
Gotcha. I know John Schmidt likes to use that side pocket shot and come behind the rack because as long as you have insurance, you can't really get in trouble. Danny Harriman talks about that a little too. So
It's the same thing here. He's just nipping away at the rack.
if he gets one ball out, then it'll be easy. You know, if the 7 came out a hair further, he could open them all up with the 7. But I think the 3 ball is his best option now to go into him. What do you think?
Well, the 1 is an unsafe shot, and he doesn't have anything after it.
Right. So I think he's got to attack the stack with the 3 ball or maybe the 13.
No, he's
Not right now. I'm
Yeah.
saying, you know, get the angle on the 3 like this.
yeah.
Or when he cuts it in, he'll
The,
flip
fi-
the
the
7
5
and 11.
the 5 might be dead.
Well, that would make everything much easier. The main concern with this shot is if he attacks it with the 3, he's pushing all the balls towards the other balls.
Yeah.
So he's either got to clear out some balls before doing that or hit it with a speed that he doesn't congest things worse than they are. Some of the main sponsors in this event include Jacoby, Kamui, Predator, High Rock, Molinari, Simonis, Karam Cafe, Cusco. Thorsten's sponsors are Volmer, Cyclop Balls, and I'll thank Amsterdam Billiards again. Okay, he did go after
Well, there
him.
you go. Mike, you called it a minute ago that he'd go into those balls, but you're pushing him to where the other balls were on the rail.
Yeah.
I guess you play the 15 here and try and clip the 2. He might not get a better chance at that, and he should not. He probably won't get tied up if he does it.
Yeah, I'll probably have the 7, and he should have the 14 as the last resort if he hits it soft. You know, I'm not sure how hard he needs to hit this.
Yeah, he might have too much of an angle on it too to do it without juicing it.
Yeah, the 12 could roll in front of the 13. This could be.
Yeah, 14 is too big. The 15 is too big a shot right now. I'm going to play this and come across. There you go. Boom.
Now, the 11 went in the other corner before. Now it doesn't. So
Yeah.
that's now a problem as well.
You don't figure to hit that ball and not have a playable position.
Yeah. Maybe the 5 goes. Or the 4. Could we get a different angle, Lowell? Thanks, man.
Thank you. Somebody woke up Lowell for us. Thank you, Lowell. I think he has to do this
Yeah,
now.
he can bite this with inside English and get that 2 ball. He just needs to clip it. And he wants to hit it softly and keep the 2 as a possible break shot, I believe. And it's out of play.
Yeah, I don't think he's worried about the break shot at this point. He wanted to just get some separation there. Now he's got this last cluster.
Yeah, the 11 looks like it may go from here, but it probably doesn't. He could play the 12 and go into the 5-11. He'll have insurance with the 2 as long as it's the top side of the 5. Play
He's
the-
coming across. Oh, wow, he's going to do this and come up from behind.
I think he's going to use the 2 as his to open him up. Oh, I see what you're saying, Danny. Yeah, he's trying to develop the 11 or the 5. He's definitely running out of break shots now and still
Right.
has this major problem.
Running out of bullets, and he has no break shot.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, the 7 in the side's a possible break shot, and the 12's a possible break shot, but
Yeah,
they're
secondary.
they're not ideal break shots.
Here we go.
He's got to hit it here.
Now, he may be able to English it in, but it doesn't look like it. He gave it a glance. He's also looking to see where he's putting the cue ball.
He's got to clip the top of the 5. Clip
Boom.
the top of the 5.
And missed the shot. All right.
He
Well-
almost hit it perfectly.
11:31. He's got 31 to start off with. Not too bad. But with these guys, it's not the balls you made, it's the giving up the table.
Yeah, so much attention there was spent on hitting the top of the 5 that I think he hit it a little chubby and caused him to miss. Now Clenty can develop the 11, but he doesn't have insurance off the 5 if he does that later. You know what I mean? The 7's not going to be awkward, so it's kind of.
There you go. It was hard to drift in position to set up the 5-15. And then you have to have a shot at the 7, too.
Right, what he could do is play the 11, go into the 5, play position on the 7, and hope the 5 is underneath the rack as a break shot.
Yeah.
I think, or hit it hard. And
This
he
is.
was too thick.
This is yeah.
He's looking at a side pocket break shot, I think.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. A
This
pretty
is-
practical decision for somebody that doesn't really play a lot of straight pool or hasn't played a lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he'll get enough bite on this, though.
He got it. Oh, yeah, he don't got it.
Yeah, that was a hard shot for him to get. He executed that very well, guys, but he needed a couple more turns. And with the inside English, if he hit that harder, he couldn't have maintained that angle that he needed for the 7. So
Yeah, it was a tough shot to get position for, but he's still in control of the table. He can either pocket this ball and play safe or play safe right now.
What's your thought process on that, Danny? You like to put a full rack together and leave him sort of in the middle of the table?
It depends. If I'm playing that safe, I like to leave the cue ball in the middle. Oh, he's trying to create something here. He's really pushing the envelope. He's jumping at the bit. He really wants to keep this going when all that's called for is a safety. He just expressed a little frustration that the ball didn't come up enough to give him a shot. And he's looking. Maybe he'll try cutting it up the corner and coming off the rail. Michael was just handed a Rosetta Stone. He's going to have to share it with Clinty to come up with a shot here.
Is he trying to power in it, Danny, you think?
I don't know what he's trying to do. Wow. That was a safe?
I don't,
Yep.
He slaughtered that for the safety.
Yeah, I mean, there was no chance of him missing it. He was hitting the ball full in the pocket.
Right.
Okay, that's a smart safety right there by
Standard,
Thorsten.
standard play.
And Clinty will probably shoot away at the 5, push it away.
Yeah, he doesn't want to leave the cue on the stack. He wants to leave it a little away from the stack, so he has to go to the stack and then hide him, as opposed to just play a safe direct off the.
Well, you don't
off
want
the
to
stack.
you don't want to play it safe and leave it up against the 1, because then Thorsten's return safe is going to be easy.
Right, that's what I was saying. He doesn't want to leave him on the stack. He wants to leave a little bit of space so that he has to work for a return safety.
Mm-hmm. Or give him an angle, change the angle where the cue ball is. Like maybe draw back a little and leave the cue ball where in line with the, so it'll be 1 cue ball corner pocket in that plane.
Yeah, I like to leave the cue ball by the, if you look at the table now, the 3rd diamond to the right on the short rail is usually a good position to try to leave the cue ball.
Yeah, there's an edge on the 10. You'll look at it, the 10 is open there.
Okay, yeah, that's a...
Not that he's a favorite to shoot it and make it, yeah.
Yeah, that's, you know...
Yeah, it's a tough shot, certainly, but he can play safe off of that ball, too. Are you looking to bank this?
Did he called the bank?
He might have. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, see, this too easy a return. He'll thin the 1 and put the cue ball right back
Yeah,
on the 3.
this is exactly where he shouldn't have put that ball. Thorsten doesn't even have to think about this.
He actually
Uh-oh.
misexecuted that a little bit, but I don't think he has the 10 ball in the side.
Yeah.
Guys, I should mention that both players are sponsored by Predator Cues. Sorry, not both players, but Clinty is definitely sponsored by Predator Cues, and Predator's one of the main contributors to this event. So I'd like to make sure that we promote the correct people that are responsible for this being put on. And in the back, you can see Cusco, Aramith, looks like Simonis, Molinari, High Rock Productions. Those are the main sponsors for the events, guys, for this
I
event.
was going to thank my sponsors, but I played so badly that they requested I don't mention their names.
Yeah, Danny's again being modest. From here, it looks like Thorsten can clip the 2 and try to get the cue ball back where it is. At least that's what I read. Maybe the 8 ball. He might be able to do the same thing off the 8.
That's not modesty. My play was so bad that by calling it bad, I'm bragging.
Danny just had knee surgery and didn't get to properly prepare for this event, but we all wanted to see him anyway, so we sort of dragged him down here thanks to his wife. So thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
This is a little hard, especially with the new cloth, to get the pull, to get the English on the cue, to pull it back up. Thorsten's going for a very tough cut on the 2 ball up table. The good thing about this is it's new cloth, so it's a little more forgiving. I don't think I could shoot at this ball.
Thorsten's like a heavyweight fighter if he's playing this shot. He's just looking to land a knockout blow. And he missed. And he made it. Wow, that was some shot.
That was some shot. And I think the 11-14 is wired, which opens up the rest of the rack. So off to the races.
The 10 ball. 10 ball too.
Yeah, he's got the 10 ball, and the 5 ball leads to the 10, or he's got the 11-14. Wow. I don't think I would have shot that if I had a gun at my head.
No.
That's some aggressive play there.
That's why it's so hard to play safety in straight pool. You leave any edge.
Yeah, Efren made a similar shot on me that I would have never shot. You know, I guess I need to play a little more aggressive myself, seeing how these guys shoot.
I disagree with that. You shoot that shot all day. I don't know how many times you're going to make it. I think a safety was a more practical play, a safer play.
Yeah, he likes the combo. He's going to play the 11-14. He should get good separation off the 12 ball. 12 ball should open everything up. He's got insurance with the 7 and the 10 ball. Yeah, the 7 ball it is. 10 ball got blocked by the 12. Didn't really do much damage. I thought he'd get a little more relief there. Looks like the 12-10 might be close to wired. Three ball's also a possibility to open up the stack.
Hard to get to the 3 from the 7.
Yeah, it really depends on his angle here, what he's got. But
Even if you had the angle, you got to pull it down. You know, you can't overshoot the position. Yeah, he's definitely in a tricky position. I think your first suggestion, your first idea was to get on that combo.
yeah, he's hitting low though, so maybe playing for the 3.
That's well, the 3 was loose, and he went into that ball, and he was really lucky to come up with a shot there. You don't have to hit a loose ball and then break them up.
He's got the 12 ball next.
Yep.
And he'll be all right now. A lot of times in straight pull, you get through a rack like this, and then the rest of the racks will be simple, especially with how Thorsten breaks the racks. If he can get through this sort of standard straight pull rack where you have some problems and you get through it, you know, and you start to put a run together, then he gets loose, you know, and before you know it,
6 ball.
he's running
The
a lot of
problems
balls.
continue. He's going to shoot the 6. The cue ball is going to go into the 13, and you really don't know how it's going to wind up.
Yeah, he's sort of hoping for position on the 1. He could use the 13, hit it with some pace, and use the 13 to go into the stack, but then you're really...
You never know how you're going to come out.
You're really hoping for luck there, but he doesn't really have
He
a
doesn't
choice.
have. That's right. That's 100% true.
So
Boom.
pulled the trigger, came out okay. Looks like the 11-3 might be good, and the 1. I personally would take the 1, but he is close to the rail, and he's looking at the 11-3 and the 4-9, I think. The 4-9 does not look wired. From above it is, but not from his angle. Right, Danny?
I don't think it's. I think it's aiming for the opposite, for the long rail.
Right, so he's got to
And
be...
he's on the wrong side, even if it is a throw.
Yeah, he's
So
got to be
on
on the
wrong
other side.
of it.
Yeah, he's got
And it looks like it's too much of a throw.
maybe the 13 ball could get him there if that's what he wanted to play, but if he makes the 13, he's got the 8, so he doesn't even need to do it that way. He's going for this combo. I'm a bit surprised by that. But he hit it great and
Yeah.
developed a break ball. Would you have gone for that combo, Danny?
I'm sitting here calling it. I was looking at the rack. I didn't even see that combo. And I didn't notice it.
It wasn't easy. There was a good, half a diamond between the balls.
Well, he's got the 1 for a break, too. I guess he's going to keep the 4. Well, I came up a little high. I think he wanted to play the 1 ball next. Oh. He's not happy with that. $11 balls in a funny position.
He would like to maintain the 13 ball as his key ball to the 4, but right now he's got to pocket this 8 ball, maybe get position on the 1, and then use the 11 to get on the 13. But
Yeah.
that's an inside English shot, and that's what he struggled with the last shot. I'm not saying that he'll do that again, but
He just comes across here.
yeah, between the 4 and the 11. Yeah, good shot. And he got really good angle on the 1 to get up for the 11. So,
He's got to play the 1 and come back for the 15, the 11.
yeah.
Nice.
Okay, he was a little thick, and he punched out really nicely.
Yeah, he didn't have to worry about hitting it because he wanted to make sure he got the angle. That was most important. But he hit it perfect.
He can swing 2 rails or come 1 rail up. He chose 2 rails this time, which means that the 13 is a little lower than the side.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I suspect he would have went one rail with outside.
Yeah, we're missing our good friend here calling some of this match, Steve Lipsky. Wish him hello. He's a great New York area player.
He was watching earlier.
I'm sure he is watching, and we miss him here. We miss him in the booth, and he was missed as a player, as a competitor here. And, of course, as a friend. And give a shout-out to Big Steve. Here we go. So you think he's going to hit this? This ball was high like the break shot a few racks ago. You think he's going to hit it the same way? Follow?
I do. I think he's going to hit the 13 ball and make sure that he doesn't hit it too hard to where there's a scratch.
Oh, that was nice. That was really nice.
Yeah, he killed it right out on the table. He's got position on the 1 for sure. And he can attack the 13 right away.
Yeah, the 11-14 looks like it might be makeable. Oh, he doesn't have the 2 ball.
Yeah, he's got the 1 ball, so he's going to go 113. And the 13 ball's kind of useless anyway.
Yeah, no, he has to get rid of it. It's a problem ball. I guess he's looking at the 11-14 right now, looking how he's going to get to those.
Yeah, it may not be wired. He was looking a little more deliberate at it. Looks like he's got the 3 ball. Yeah, it looks like it's going towards the long rail, the 11-14. So he might decide to go into him.
Yuck. All right.
He's got the 7 ball now. The 14 ball is going to be a little tricky to play position. He might play the 14 first and then the 7.
Play the 14 and slide up behind the 11.
Yeah, then he has the 11 or the 10 option. Yeah, he'll do Danny's shot next, I believe. So play the 14, slide under the 11. He'll have either the 11 or the 10, depending on how far up table he goes. This is a little tricky. He's got to make sure he misses the 11.
Well, he's got no choice now. He committed himself to it. You know, he opened the bottle, so he's got to drink it. And he's got to deal with the 5-9.
The 5-9-12 cluster, there's a little bit of a hassle. I think he'll use the 8 to alleviate that nonsense.
Okay, he didn't. He opted not to slide under it. This way he left himself a working angle and there was no interference. He played it very smart. Looks like he's going to just shoot the 5. I mean, or he's going to 1 rail into the 5-9.
He could do that. I was thinking he would try to attain position on the 8 where he was standing so that he could go into those balls and preserve the 6. But he looks like he's taking a little different route. He could play the 5 up table too. That's not completely unquestionable if he's too thick on the 10, but I think he's got angle. Yeah, he's banking on the fact that he'll have the 12 ball or the 9 after, and he ended up with the 9, so he's okay.
All right.
I think I play position for the 5 next, right, Danny?
No, he's got to get rid of that 12, I think.
Yeah, you called it.
I think the 2 is the key ball here.
So 12, 5, 8, 2?
Probably.
12 in the corner, 5 in the side, drift over to the 8 ball in the same corner as the 12.
I don't know, because it's hard to tell what the angle is on the 12 ball. I mean, that's certainly an option, but he definitely has to get rid of the 5.
Yeah, 12, 5, 8, 2 would be preferred, I think. And he got really straight on the 5, so position to the 8's really tough now. So he might go 5, 2, 8. Yeah, he's going 5, 2, 8. So there'll be a lot of cue ball movement from his cue ball to the break shot. So I'll have to use maximum speed control, here to stay alive.
Okay, here we go. 2 to the 8. Now this is a tough one. This is a tough ball to get position from.
I think he got a little thin, so he'll use both long rails and come back to the middle as opposed to just trying to
No,
tip.
I don't think he could do that here.
Okay.
The speed slides. It slides a little much. I would just float it into the middle here, one rail.
Okay. So Danny's saying it's a little thicker angle and he should just go one rail. And looks like Danny was right and well executed by Thorsten.
Well, I mean, if you go 2 rail, I like going 2 rails, but with the cloth sliding the way it does, you're not going to get the grab.
Right.
If he had more angle, I think he could have done that. I think that might have been the right shot.
Yeah, I thought he had a little too much angle, but I guess he was perfect where he could just go one rail out.
Okay, Thorsten has 58, and Kaci has 9. Mike, you've been watching him play break shots. How do you like? What do you think he's going to do here?
He's still going into the 12 ball. I suspect he's going to actually hit this with like a stun shot, very firm.
You think he's going into the 12 here?
I do.
Oh, it is that high up, huh?
I believe so. And if he's going into that, he could either draw all the way back to the rail where he put the chalk and up, or try to do like a stun draw where he just pops it into the middle of the table between the two sides. But I think that the tangent off the 6 takes him right to the 12 ball. Right to the 12.
Uh-oh.
He drew all the way up and scratched.
Yeah.
And between the two options there, he could have done the stun draw to the middle between the 2 diamonds, the 2 side pockets, but he wouldn't have had the spread that he has now. So Thorsten likes to hit him hard, and Danny will say that, that brings the scratch into play, and this is a clear example of that happening.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Right. He'll put more high runs together with that break, but he'll scratch more as well. So that's a percentage play. You just have to analyze and see what he's going to do.
The worst part about this is Lowell, our cameraman, is sleeping at the job. He hasn't ordered us coffee or anything over here, and we're suffering because of it. I mean, this guy, what's he doing over there? He's watching reruns of Breaking Bad. That's what he's doing. His monitor is on a completely different station.
Okay, so Clenty has one issue, the 8-6-14, which he can clear out with the 12 easily. With Thorsten's break, there's not that many break shots, and that's something that Thorsten mentioned.
No, he's got the 9.
Right, but it's a bit low. I mean.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm not judging it good. You're right. When I get that different angle.
Yeah, the nine's pretty low on the stack. He might be able to clip the stack with the 9. But he really needs to develop the 8 ball when he plays the 12 ball. So he wants to get the exact angle on this 12 ball where he can clip the 8, put the 8 in break position, and make sure he has insurance. Now, right now, the 2 ball is the best insurance for that. So I wouldn't take out the 2. I would use something else to get on this 12 ball. And I'd try to get on the 12 as quickly as possible while I still have a lot of insurance.
Are you sure that 9 is too low? I mean, from this angle, it looks like it's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's close.
Play the 13, you stop, you're going to smash the rack.
Yeah, I do like developing the 8 here.
Yeah, he should hit it softly. Oh,
The 8's
perfect.
much better than the 9.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, 8 wasn't there a second ago. Yes,
right,
but
yeah.
yes, you're right.
So he could play the 14 and draw back between the 8 and the 2, get rid of the 13 and 9. Oh,
I don't
he doesn't
think
have
he's
the
got
angle.
too much
He's got too
angle
much
there.
angle.
Yeah, he played a
He's gonna play
14,
the
you got to
combo.
go down for the 6. I think this is okay.
I was just trying to preserve the key ball if possible.
He's going to replace it with another one. Oh,
Not anymore.
Bad play. He put that in a bad spot now. I'm surprised he didn't hit that fuller, the 10 into the 2, to keep the 2 there. They keep the 10 there.
Yeah, he might have lost Well, he definitely lost position a little there.
Yeah, now he's got to deal with the 10 ball on the rail.
And he still doesn't have a great key ball. The 14's okay. 14, 13 would be nice last two balls before the 8. But he really needs to address his 10 quickly. And I kind of like the 9 for position to the 14, which he just took away.
Well, at least he's getting a shot at the 10.
Yeah, so he should take the 10 and then the 5 and then come back with the 13 ball.
All right, he's going to clear out the bottom and try to get back. See how hot.
This is less cue ball movement. So I don't know if I disagree with this, Danny. This is a little different route, but I can't really fault it too much. He's going to have the right angle off the 4 to get to the 10 nicely, and then I'll have to use the 13 ball as a key ball.
Well, this is not a natural.
Oh, he's still got that
The
5.
position would be better without the 10 there right now.
Yeah, it'd be even better yet without the 5 there.
Okay.
The 5's a problem.
He had a better shot at the 10 before. I guess
So he's going to have a long break shot, probably. He's going to go 13, 10, 5. And the 5 isn't a natural key ball, so he's probably going to be
how's
further
he
from
going to
the
get
break
on
shot.
how's he going to get on the 10 from the 13?
I thought he could hold it.
So good. Okay, now he's okay.
And now everything's roses.
You see how problematic things can get when you're when you leave that ball on the rail too long.
He left both balls up table a bit longer than I think is suggested. His pocketing and just high-end pull skills allowed him to get out. A weaker player would not have been able to negotiate those issues that late in the rack. I actually like this angle. He doesn't have to do anything with the cue. He just pocket the 8 ball, and he'll be really good here. Guys, whenever the rack, and I'm going to do a quick shout to the sponsors. The main sponsors for this event: Karam Cafe, High Rock, Predator, of course, Molinari, Simona's Cloth, Cusco. And then some of the players have sponsors as well. We'll try to mention those later, guys. And Danny and I also have sponsors. We'll thank those guys later as well.
I'm not thanking anybody. I'm not. I played so bad. I don't deserve a sponsor. That's.
So he's going to play this a pure follow. Maybe a little bit of outside if he likes favoring the pocketing with the outside English, which would be left English. Looks like he's putting a little left on.
Uh-oh, no shot.
There's a pretty easy shot he had there, and he could have ended up with a lot better.
This is not easy. He's jacked up over the 11.
Could have ended up a lot better than he did here.
Yeah.
Looks like no balls are touching except for the cue ball.
Yeah. Is
a
that the
blocker.
13 he's over?
He's over the 11, shooting on the 13.
Shooting on it. That's what I meant.
Probably playing position for the 1. All right, nice clean shot there. He is very tall, so I think jacked up shots are a little bit of his specialty. I've seen him hit a lot of great jacked up shots, and other guys struggle with that a little more.
He should be looking to get rid of that 6 soon. Just notice he doesn't really have a good break shot here.
Yeah, he might develop the 5, right? Mm-hmm. Use the 4 ball to get on the 11 and develop the 5 ball. Have the 7 as insurance. He's looking like he's taken off the 5 ball, which I don't like too much because that's my break shot.
Yeah. I guess he's happy with the 14.
You know, he might be able to develop the 12 with the 10 ball if he's got the right angle. You see that, Danny? He'd add the 7 as insurance. I don't know if he'll do that, but if I'm taking the 14, then I'm bumping the 14 right now if I can. Pushing it a little further over.
Could leave the 3 ball for the break shot too.
Yeah, try to leave the cue in the stack.
Or just up table, yeah.
He's got something in mind. I think he likes the 3-14 as his last 2 balls. You know, 10, 12, 3, 14.
Yeah.
14's a bit high. He could miss the stack, especially with the new cloth. He's going to have to get a thick angle on the 14. And then he's going to have to use force with the cue as opposed to the cue ball having natural force. So he'll have to stroke it firmer because of the angle he'll have to attain on this 14 ball.
All right.
I like to favor a diamond and a half out as opposed to where the cue ball is now, where the 5 ball is.
Well, he recovered. I don't like that last shot to get to the
To the 5?
Yeah.
He got a pretty thick angle on this. I think he can clip that corner ball, the top corner ball, on the stack here and end up pretty good. He's not going to break out a lot of balls here, guys. He's going to do a glancing blow on this break shot, if I see it correctly. I think he can just clip the 6 ball.
Yeah.
So he'll be playing position on the 3 ball.
Probably have to hit a little softer so he doesn't
Lose the 3.
lose the cue ball and miss the rack. Maybe play it with a touch of inside English and just catch it full. Hope to come up with a shot.
He got the 3 a little differently than I thought he would, but he got the 3 ball.
No, yeah.
I mean, he double hit it. That's how he got position on it.
Yeah.
If he has the 10 now,
We play for the 5.
yeah, he
Shoot the 3 and play.
shoot the
drop,
3 and play for the 5.
Sure.
I might play the 10, then the 3, and then the 5.
Yeah, I think the 10 is too big a shot.
Okay, yeah.
No, it's a little difficult. No?
I like the 10, but there's no value in taking it off. You can leave it just the same. If you can get position on the 3, off the 3 to the 5 ball and go into the stack nicely, it's probably the right play. It looks almost like the 4 might be wired. Not that he would use that, but it's good to pay attention to those things. If anything, it's favoring the long rail, which means they could push it down with the 1 direction if they're frozen. I can't see the stack very well, but we need to see the 4 does look pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing the 10 and then the 3, or he's trying to drop down on the 10 immediately.
I didn't get that at all. I don't understand why he played that. He had it right there. He could have gone down for the 5.
Yeah, now he's too thin on the ball.
Maybe he was looking to break with the 3. He ain't breaking with it now. You're gonna lose
Well, he can
the
break
cue-
with the 3, but
You can lose the cue ball here. You have to come back and.
yeah, I don't see any other options. I think he's going to use the 3 now. I mean, he kind of forced himself to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he hit it beautifully.
He hit it perfect. The concern there was no insurance, and a lot of times when you're going under the stack, you can generate a lot of energy and open everything up, so you're pretty sure to get a shot. With the side break shot, you're using the rail and then going into the stack, so you lose a lot of energy off the rail, and then you got to hit a precise ball or else you get stuck. So Plenty hit a really good shot there and ended up with a good result because of his ability to hit the right part of the rack. Sometimes you gotta take a shot without insurance, and because of where he landed, he didn't have any options, and he had to sort of use the 3. But I do believe he played position for that. I don't think he played position for the 5 or was thinking of the 5 ball as a break shot.
Yeah.
That was risky as well.
Can't argue with results.
Right. Now here I play the 8, I played the 9, I tickled the 11 out, and I have the 7 as insurance. And I think the 12-1 is lined up. If not, I get rid of the 12 now.
Playing the 1 in the corner.
Yeah, either ball's good. If he got on the 9 to push the 11 out, he got perfect. If not, he'll get there off the 8. Pretty sure he sees it because he was looking at the angle. Okay, got too thin on the ball, so you use the 5 ball to do the same thing. I don't do this here. Right, so if he was trying to develop the 11, clearly he had to hit it much firmer or get a little better angle on that 9 ball. The 9 ball was just too thin to hold that ball up and make it.
Yeah, change the cue ball. We jack up on the cue ball and draw. Just clip the...
Clip the 9 instead of hit it straight
clip
or direct
the
11.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a great shot. Now he's back in line here. He'll have to play the 7 in the side.
Yeah, he's got problem balls. The balls aren't connected. He's got the 3 down the table, the 6 up the table, the 15 on the rail.
Okay, he's really got to attack the 6 now, I think. Play the 7, squirt over for the 6. Use the 2 to get on the 11.
You can only do one thing at a time, so I guess he's going this way.
Yeah, so
one way or the other. I think he had to go one way or the other. You're right about that.
right, the 11 was a bad ball too, so he's getting rid of problems. He's just doing it his way, which is the right way, as long as he gets out. I think he's going to be forced to use the 6 ball as a cue ball, Danny. What do you think? Or the 2 ball, maybe
I have
12,
no
6,
idea
2.
what he's doing here. No. I can't tell the angles, and
He gave himself both options. He can go 6-2 or 2-6 and land on the 13.
yeah, get rid of the 2 ball here.
The good thing when he pockets the 2, he's got natural shape on the 6 to get back to the middle.
Yeah, the opposite's not true when you play the 6. It's hard to get
a perfect angle on the 2.
Yeah.
You have to work for it. So
It's on the opposite side of the break shot in an awkward spot. Well, he's got it. Yeah.
This is actually a little thicker than a half ball hit, so he'll be able to hit this really well, and he'll make this ball, a good 99% of the time. So he can really decide what he's going to do with this cue ball here to give him the best yield.
Hey, if anyone's out there, we're at Karam Cafe in Flushing, Queens. And if anyone has the number, they can call up and order me a cup of coffee because nobody seems to be bringing any. All right, here we go. He's got a break shot on the top of the rack, too.
Yeah, he'll use the stun draw. He hasn't been slaughtering it as much. Right.
Nice.
There's a nice controlled break. Perfect shape on the 15. Like I said, he's been playing a little softer than Thorsten. Play the 15, probably take the 2 out next, and play position on the 4 ball 14. Or the 8 ball. Oh, he's got the 14? That'll open up the 5. Oh, no, it won't. open up the 10 to the 7 and the 9. I don't think I would shoot the 5 here. It's a little too close to the 10, and he might.
It either goes or it doesn't. And the option's to play the 2.
He can play position for the 8. I mean, I guess if the 5 goes, you take it. Yeah, he's playing the 2, though.
Mm-hmm.
Seems a little safer. He's got a lot of balls to attack this problem. He could use the 4 now. He'll have insurance with the 12 and the 8. And he won't lose the cue.
He can't attack it now.
Why not?
Play the 4's in the way.
No, play the 4 ball.
Oh, I don't like that shot. You lose the cue ball.
You don't think
Look
it goes
the
right
angle.
into the 5?
No.
Yeah, to me it looks like it splits the 5 and the 7, but maybe I'm misreading it. If I play the 4 with follow, I feel like I'm going to split the 5 and 7
I
and
don't
have the 8.
even if he hits the 5, you can lose the cue ball here.
Yeah, he's got the 8 ball. Oh, no, he doesn't. Danny, you called that well.
It looked a little risky. I don't like the
Yeah.
way he set up for that stuff.
The
He's got the 9 here.
Well, the
So
5 didn't go in, too, so he's got the 5. So he's got a couple shots, but Danny was very wise to see that was a dangerous spot. I would have gone into that thinking I was had the 12 or the 8, but neither of those shots are available. So nice read by Danny there.
Well, I mean, if he caught that ball a little thinner, he could have lost the cue ball going up the table. That's
Right.
the only problem with it.
I think he played position for the 10-9. He could also go 6-12, which is a bad ball. I feel like if he land out on the 10-9, he should kind of take it, though. What do you think, Danny?
Well, he wanted to keep the 6 for the break shot. So maybe he's going to play the 6 and then the 12. He could play the combo. It's
pretty wired.
Yeah.
Really wired. Just has to hit it straight.
And he's got the 7. Boom.
Now, I would say develop the 1, but he doesn't have insurance with the 8. I think it's thinner than it looks here. So he can't just hit the 3 and develop the 1, have the 10 as a key ball.
If you can bring the cue ball back into the 7 or the 1, you're safe.
I think it's the natural tangent off the 3 goes into the 1, so he may play that. And then you do have a couple balls, so maybe this is the play here.
Uh-oh.
Don't scratch, don't scratch.
Whoa.
It was a little scary.
There's another reason why you get rid of balls on the rail.
I think he plays the combo here, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty big ball, but it is missable. He might opt for the 6 ball.
He's got the 1.
Okay.
He looks like he played the 7.
I think he's got the 1 like you called first, Danny. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Split it. No hit.
The 12 ball's been a nuisance for a while now. He really needs to address that soon. He's running out of options.
10's not in a good position either.
He's going to have to play great pull to get out on this, to get on this 13 ball correctly. I think he's supposed to go, if he's got angle, 11, 10, or sorry, 12, 10, 11, but I don't know if he has angle on this 12 ball to get out of there.
Yeah, I agree. He may have to bail here.
Yeah, he's going to have a tough shot in the 10 to get on the 6. That's what he's going to end up doing. Yeah, he's just awkward here. See John Smith in the back there, behind Thorsten, a couple other good players.
Any one of whom could have been in the finals.
You know, Danny, what about playing the 6, the 11, 6, 12, and doing the 10 ball and coming 2 rails underneath the?
I mean, you could. I don't like it, but you can certainly do that. I think you're hitting the panic button, though.
Yeah. I panicked about 12 shots ago when he didn't get on the 12.
He's going to have to play a billiard here. He's going to have to play the 15 and then play 3-cushion position. It's a big target zone.
It is, but the 6 ball's a big pocket too, or a big ball. I might come across one rail, the top left here, instead of trying to go 3 rails, and just try to go long rail, long rail. So there's 2 options. He can go 3 rails, or he can come 1 rail across and make it 2 rails. I would try to come the cross line. Yeah, he's going Danny's route and just missed the 6. Played a great shot though.
Yeah.
Got good on the ball. You know, Danny called it correctly. And he landed right where his chalk was. I wonder if he saw that as a sort of a line hit.
Yeah, I mean, he's just hitting that basically with table speed. He's coming off the 2nd rail to just dying on the 3rd rail.
Both guys played strong so far. How did Thorsten miss? What did he miss? I forget.
He scratched on a break shot.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Upper right corner.
I'm going to ask Thorsten to get me a cup of coffee. I think that's the only way to get a cup of coffee around here. He's not doing anything right now anyway. This is just going to crush this.
Yeah, this is natural. Straight top. He's using a little bit of outside again, looks like. Again, no easy shot after the break. He put a lot of spin on that ball, so I'm surprised he didn't bite his way through a little bit more because he hit it so well.
I guess the English he had on the cue ball didn't grab.
Yeah, it just
So
spun
it
off the
just kind
ball.
of died there.
So the, again, we keep saying it, but the new clock kind of got him there. The guys were here live at Karam Cafe, Michael Kang's place.
Where
big-
normally it's much easier to get a cup of coffee. You could take over for a minute. I'm calling up the front desk for a cup of coffee.
It's a major 3-cushion room, and obviously billiards. We're very excited to see this.
There's a
going
rumor
on.
going around that they have coffee here. We're gonna find out.
Danny's making some funnies here for him.
Hey, yeah, can I get a cup of coffee? I'm over at the video booth. Yeah,
Can you give me a hot tea?
light 1 sugar, and a hot tea also. Green tea,
No, yeah, Korean tea.
Korean tea. All right, thank you.
So it looks like.
Well, that was
Quincy's-
easy.
Quincy's got the 12 ball on the side or the corner. If he plays it in the side, he's going to travel the cue ball a little more, but it's a pretty natural position. I'd like to keep the 11 as my key ball for the 5 ball. And just, I would take out all the balls that are underneath the break shot right now. So I would get rid of the 8, 3, and the 1. And then use the 15, 10, 11, and 9 to get on the 5 ball. Okay, so he's going to go 8, 1. And probably take out the 11. 11's kind of useless if he takes out all the balls underneath.
Could have left the 8 there. Played off the 8, the 9, 8, 15. Save those for the last 3.
Yeah, Danny says 15, but he means 9, 8, 11.
9, 8, 11.
But since he took off that 8 ball, now the 11's not as good of a key ball.
Well, I mean, it's still 9, 11.
I think he's going to go, I think 9, 15 instead. He's going to get rid of the 10. No, you're right. 15, 10, 9, 11 is what Danny sees. And I like that pattern. It's very simple. He's just got to get good on the 9, and he's...
Yes. He knows this is real easy here.
Yeah, he's got a lot of choices here. He Made a short work of this rack, really.
He could actually play the 5 and break with the 9.
I like the 5 a little better just because it's a little, the pocket's a little bigger with the 5 ball than the 9 ball. Not much, but I do take that into account. I would prefer the 5 ball myself. Do you have a preference, Danny, between the two?
I just like getting close to it so I don't miss it. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all I'm looking for.
He'll be able to get really good on this ball. He'll kill the 11 ball in the upper right corner and hold position for the 5, moving about a ball.
Well, that was nice. He got out. He opened them up. Once he opened them up, it was pretty much a very easy rack. Okay, here we go. The score is, the cameraman was telling me, Lowell was telling me not to make any noise. But he didn't help me out with the coffee, I hear. 57 Thorsten to 79 Eklund Kaci, and he is still at the table.
Okay, nice controlled break there. Again, he didn't slaughter it. Controlled the cue ball nicely. Can we get an overhead view so we can see what shot he has?
Nada. Oh, I think he's got the 4.
Yeah, the 4 might slip through there.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, he's got the 4 for sure.
The question is, does he have the combo on the 213? That's.
It's looking pretty good, and the 15-12 is also looking pretty good. It's not, they're not hangers, but the 15-12.
The
might be a hanger.
15-12 is a hanger.
Yeah.
You know how I determine it? Oh, thank you. Hey, imagine that. Thank you so much.
The staff is incredible. They just brought us some coffee and tea.
Oh, that's good booze.
Danny's fibbing over there. So the 13 was pretty wired. He made that. The 10-14-1 and the 11 is still a little bit of a problem. The 9 opens that up, but then you don't have a break shot. So he may want to try to, you know what, I might play the 12 and go into the 11 here. I have insurance with the...
Wait. The 12?
Yeah,
Where is the
12
12?
balls underneath the 15.
When?
And go towards
You
the
don't mean
11 or
now.
the 1. I do mean now. I think he's going into him with the 2, which I think is a little more dangerous. But Danny didn't like the 12
I
either.
didn't like what he just did.
I don't
at
think
all.
he liked either.
For one thing, he just kicked the brake shot up a little bit. Well, that's nitpicking. I'm nitpicking now. That's wrong. It wasn't that bad. I mean, the result wasn't that bad. I just thought it was a little on the risky side. He just shot a ball behind his back, so I think he's shooting another one. He told us, he just sent us a message that he's going to play the rest of the game behind his back. I guess that's not happening.
The 9 ball is a good break ball, but it doesn't have a natural key ball unless he keeps the balls, maybe the 1 ball or one of the balls in the middle by the stack area he could use. And that's...
If he keeps the 1, the 9 is a good key ball.
Yeah, you could use the 1 ball as a break shot. That's what Danny's saying instead of the 9 ball. The 10 ball is also a
10 ball is a good break shot with the 6 is the key. Play the 7-3-6 at the end of the rack.
Yeah, that's a really good And that's still good. 7.36 is still good.
Again, it'd be nice if he had gotten rid of that 7 earlier.
Yeah, and I'm a failure with this as well. A lot of us like to get rid of the balls up table as quickly as possible unless you have multiple balls. Danny was mentioning in a previous live stream that Tony Robles is very good at using that top ball there as a key ball. And that's a very valuable option if you have more than one. But when you only have one ball up there, it becomes a little dangerous. But Clenty saw Danny's position with the 7.36, which is
All right, he's going to use the 3, and he's using the 6 to get to the 7.
6.73 instead.
He could also use the 7 for the key in this position.
Right, he's in very good position. Both the 3 and the 7 are viable key balls. It looks
All
like
right,
the 7
so 7 it is.
And do we have a stat on how many he's run at this point? Did he start with 8, and this is a 71 ball run before this? Is that correct?
Well, he'll have 93 at the end of this rack.
Yeah, so I think he's on a 90. Sorry. I think he's on an 85 ball run. Somewhere around there. And Thorsten's high run is a 31 so far.
Guess we're not going to get that high run total.
Hey guys, primary sponsors here would be Predator, Q's, High Rock, Molinari, Simona's Cloth, Karam Cafe, of course, where we're holding this fine event, Peterborough's, Cusco, and then both the players have sponsors as well. I'd like to thank Amsterdam Billiards for myself and Jacoby Custom Cues for myself, and Danny's sponsored by Show. Also, we should thank Roy and Lowell, they're the cameramen, and Michael Kane, the room owner, Ira Lee's keeping track of the scores for us. And Eric Kwan is doing the behind-the-scenes Facebook Live stuff for us.
Lowe's doing a great job on the camera, by the way, and
Yeah, this
he's
is
doing a horrible job keeping us in caffeine.
Caffeine hydrated. Looks like he's got the 5 ball here.
I think Lowe's doing a terrific job. I don't care what Peter Burrows says.
That got a laugh. That was Lowell in the background you guys heard. He does exist.
He's dialing his union representative right now.
And the 5 ball's really his only option. He could go into the 15. I think he has a 9 and the 7 as insurance.
He could certainly play the 7 here, too.
He could play the 7 as well.
He could play the 7, go into them, and whoa.
Okay, he likes the 9 a little more.
All right.
Playing it in the corner, obviously.
Yeah. Play the 7 now, go into the either cluster, because you got the 5.
I think the more troublesome cluster for me is the 15-12-4.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I like that. Created a little more congestion, but got rid of the main problem.
No, I don't know about that. I think he can get into those balls in the middle. I think that was a really good shot. Your suggestion was good, and I think the outcome was okay.
Yeah, it looks like the 312 is pretty wired in the lower left corner by the 5 ball, and that will alleviate a lot of his issues over there. He could also play for the 4, the 15 next off the 5 if one of those balls don't go clear now.
I used to be as tall as him.
Mentiroso.
So.
I bet you has much hair too, Danny, right? Clenty's, I think, 19 years old, they said.
Is that
Perfect,
right?
yeah, perfect physical condition. Super nice guy. Also Thorsten, of course, very, very gentlemanlike at the table and off the table. Both are very good representatives of the sport.
Oh, Thorsten's been a good rep for a long time. He goes all over the world, and he's liked by everybody.
Looks like he got good shape on the 4. The 13 may go as well. If the 13 goes, I might clear it out. But if he can get the 4 and the 15 out, he could play that combo I said if he likes it. Or he could use the 15 to tickle him a little bit and play position from there. But I try not to go into the balls when I don't have to. And in this particular case, I think if he clears the 312, the rest of the racket will be a little easier. Wow.
Yeah, ugly shot.
All right, so Danny would say that he hit that too hard, I think, right?
He slugged it. He slugged it.
He's trying to get back up table.
I understand. There's no reason to go down table. He probably just should have shot a simple shot, soft up the table, squeezed the position like he'd been doing.
Yeah, maybe play the 15 up table, or if the 13 clears the 11, play the 13 in the pocket.
Anything, but
Those were the only options he
don't
had.
slug the ball in that position. It's the only way you could possibly miss on this equipment is to overhit it.
I think Thorsten just played for the 312 combo. And he can go into the 12, or he can go into the 14, I mean. And
Yeah, he could drive through
clear it
all
out a
these.
little bit, or
Yeah.
just do a pure follow and sort of open everything up.
Yeah.
If he's got the right angle. Otherwise, he just pulls back a little bit and has position on 13, or the 3 next. So a 312 combination here.
Should mention that this is right now, the U.S. Open billiard champion is practicing. Hugo Quinteros. Hope I pronounced his last name correctly. He's won the U.S. championship in 3-cushion billiards a few times. If you come to this room, almost any night, you're going to see world-class billiard players here, 3-cushion billiard players.
Yeah, the owner, Michael Kang's a very good player. Ira Lee's a very
top,
good player.
top
you know.
flight. They're all top-flight players. Solid.
Also, anyone looking for billiard coaching, this is a room you can't find better coaches and more knowledgeable people here around. Guys, this is the American 14-1 event here in Queens, New York. We're at Karam Cafe, which Danny just mentioned. This is a very prestigious event for all straight bull lovers. We love playing in this event and watching this event, and Danny and I are privileged to do some commentary for you guys. I hope you guys appreciate it. Looks like he's going for the 6-2 combo, right, Danny?
Yeah. Wow.
He must be straighter than it looks, yeah.
I wasn't that straight, but he settled the problems once and for all. The one was in an awkward position. That was his only other option for a shot.
Yeah, Kaci missed a 4-ball on the side, guys. I see Russell was asking what happened. I like preserving the 3 for a break shot. I guess he doesn't have anything else because I can't see him shooting that if he had something else. So he's
He
going
has
to
to
use the
clear
14
this
instead.
pocket, play the 1 and then the 6. Back it up and then play the 6. He's got to free up that pocket. And three balls hanging in there, hanging around. If he can get a shot somehow at that 8 ball and then play the 13 and the 15 at the end, he's okay. Boom.
A good shot there with the bridge to draw back nice and cleanly. He's got a good shot in the 6 or the 8. I might pluck the 8 off and play the 11-6 combination.
You know, that may be the best shot he gets at the 8 without interfering with the break shot. But he also has to get rid of the 6. Hey, this is practical. He can draw straight back, and he's off to the races.
He might play the... Yeah.
Nice. He floated
He's
that
got
down
the 13
just enough.
next.
No, he's going to play the 6, I think.
I
No?
don't think you can see the 6.
Oh. I thought he floated down for that.
The combination's not horrible either. You know, he's close to the ball.
Not from here.
But yeah, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
in general, the combination, if he has to play the combination, it's pretty wired. Much easier than the other combos he's played this rack. Yeah, I can't argue with this at all. This is very makeable. A natural shape on the 15 and the 11 after.
The 15's on the wrong side for a good key ball. I think he should have gotten rid of that. He's going to have to get perfect on it.
This is going to be more demanding because he's jacked up over the 14. I suspect he's going to try to get on the right rail for the 15 in the corner of the side, preferably the side. But he's got to get the exact angle so he can attain position on the 14. This is very tricky. And
that was the problem of keeping the 15.
yeah, this will take a world-class position play followed by a world-class
shot.
speed play.
Yeah. And he's got a little angle here, which means the cue ball's going away from the break shot where it needs to be.
Yeah, I think he's a little thicker than you think, Danny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I think he's okay here. Yeah, he's going to be able to reach the ball nicely now. Got the ideal shape. That was a very good recovery from Thorsten to get out this rack. And Kaci really shot himself in the foot with that 4-ball. Now, I believe Thorsten's going to maintain his standard here and draw this ball up to the middle diamond and back out, as opposed to just finessing this. Let's see if he's at all afraid of what happened earlier, if he's going to do what I think. Yeah, pure draw all the way back to the rail. And let's see if he gets a shot. Back to the second diamond, like I said, not the way I intended.
It's horrible. First place, the ball hit the rail, and the English
Reversed
didn't
it,
take, and it slid down the table. So I think he might want to rethink that break a little.
He's got the 4-ball on the side, I believe, or the 15-ball straight in.
Yeah.
Super demanding shot.
Yeah. If this is the best you got after the break, after all the risk you entailed, I don't think it's worth it.
Wow.
Of course, I don't shoot like him either.
Yeah, center of the pocket. That's a world-class shot there, and both him and Kaci are really, really good at that shot, and they practiced that.
Oh, they're great at everything because they're champion players. But I think the practical aspect of people who are more mortal is to shy away from shots that, like that.
That are lower percentage.
Yeah. So that's my whole objection with hitting break shots like that. He wound up with a 9-foot shot off the short rail, and the prior break where he messed up, it was a scratch in the back pocket. Now, when it works, he's a genius, and so.
I mean, he's scary when it works. He runs 150 and out or 144. I saw, he's capable of running out every inning, and a lot of guys are not capable of that. Thorsten definitely is.
And one other thing, he doesn't have a break shot, and he's got 2 problem balls on the rail.
Right, he's got to attack the 12 right now. He's got to attack one of them right now.
He played a 4-8 and set up a break shot from the other side with the 15. Play the 4, the 8, and the 11, bump the 13 over, then deal with the combo, then deal with those. At least he's setting up a break shot and freeing up some of those remaining balls.
Yeah, he could opt to go into the 12-10 later off the 9 after he clears some balls out of the way as well.
Yeah, they're in very awkward position.
It might be good to move them.
Is that the 10 blocking the 12?
The 12 ball's on the rail and the 10 ball's just above it, yes.
Okay. Oh, it didn't come down enough. Yuck. Unless this is what he was planning. Combo time?
Looks like. Develop the 13.
All
Yep.
right. All right, he's back on track. Let's see what he does. All right, so he played those 4 balls and he set up the break shot. Not quite the way I thought, but he did it. Again, I think a lot of position play is not. It's not pure geometry. A lot of it has to do with how much talent you have, and he has an abundance of talent, an overabundance of talent. So he does things that normal players.
I think
can't
he
play.
can cut the 11 and go into the 10 here.
Oh, he absolutely.
And I think that's what he's going to do. Oh, the 5 and the 12 is insurance. Hopefully getting rid of the 12 next.
And it'll kill the cue ball, too. Stop it from zooming all over the joint.
Right, this is he got the ideal position here to alleviate that major problem. This is just pure follow soft. And
Nice.
that worked out nicely. And looks to me like 5, 7, 10, 12, last pattern.
Yeah. Nice.
Right, you've got the right side of the
Nice.
7.
Yeah, very nice.
I mean, he doesn't need to get close to the 10, but he's going to.
He recovered terrific there. He's just he was very clear in his planning and just dealt with the problem.
And very solid in his execution.
Yeah.
A lot of guys could see the way to get out and not get out.
Well, he saw what he had to do,
Right.
for one thing. Set up the break and freed him up. The combination was a heads-up shot to set up the break shot.
He's going to be about 1 diamond out here. Oh, he left himself a little thin, but
Oh, boy.
I mean, this looks a little worse than it is. He's definitely aiming off the ball, but this is not like a 90-degree cut. So he's actually better than it looks here. But again, he is aiming off the ball as opposed to on the ball, which is a higher percentage shot.
And Pat Fleming used to love these break shots. He's a very strong local player from the Neolithic era. Sorry, Pat. I couldn't resist. No, Pat is still a strong player, but he was a very strong player in the 60s and 70s.
Guys, I should also mention there's a couple of straight pull events coming up. Jim Gauthier is having a exhibition match with Mr. 400 Squared, Johnny Schmidt, and Mika Immonen, the Iceman, at Richmond, Virginia. I think that's October 30th. And then tomorrow night at Amsterdam Billiards, anyone in New York City, they are having a exhibition match with Tony Robles and Efren Reyes. They will play straight pull and a rotation game. Should be a lot of fun. Del Sim and I will be doing commentary tomorrow night, and I'll be doing commentary up in Richmond with Jimmy Gauthier as well for the straight pull matches. So all you straight pull lovers, a couple of other things to look forward to. Straight pull is not over after this event. So back to the match here. Looks like a couple of problems with the 7-5, and then the 5 balls in the middle there. 14, 15, 12, 4, and 1. Now he can use the 9 to address the 7-5, but then he takes away a break shot.
Yeah, but he's going to break up that cluster in the middle and create one.
Yeah, so he's committing to go ahead and doing that.
Oh,
And,
ugly muggly.
Probably forced to shoot the 8 ball now.
Is the 15-14 on? 15-4?
Either the 15-4 or the 14-1 might be on. And if it's not, he might be forced to play the 5-7. But I think one of those two options are a little higher percentage. Also, guys, Kamui is selling those pink gloves for breast cancer awareness. A portion of that does go to that research and that funding. So if you guys are interested in that, you can contact Thorsten or Kamui Products. It's like he's got the 12 ball.
Oh,
Much better. And then he's got the 15-14 after. Or the 7.
7 it is.
Yeah, 7 developed the 15. Maybe add the 14 as insurance.
Well, I think
Or
he
the
wanted,
10.
I think he wanted to come over a little more. Probably the 10 ball from here. He doesn't have the 7. It's too big.
Too thin of an angle.
Yeah, too big.
Can we see a top graphical view? Yeah, you're way too thin on that.
On the other hand,
I mean, it looks better now.
yeah, it looks better now at this angle.
But he's going to hit it too hard to develop the 15 anyway. So he wants a little thicker angle. He wants sort of in between where he is
Yes.
now on the rail.
Yeah, he has to get back for that 7. He can't just keep leaving these balls. Wow.
Okay, I'm not sure if I would have attacked it. I think he got a good roll in that he has the 7 and the 8. I guess he couldn't have gotten in trouble with the 8, you know.
Oh, yeah, sure you could have. You watch me shoot that shot. And you'll see all the ways. Just keep setting it up, and I'll show you ways of getting in trouble you never would have imagined.
All right, so you jacked up to avoid the double hit on the cue, hit it well. You might play the 14-1 and develop the 4 at some point. Or if he has the right angle on the 8, he could tickle the 4 out now and pull back for the 6. What do you see here, Danny?
Well, first place, the 2 ball is a possible break shot, and so is the 8. They're both behind the rack break shot, so that's he doesn't have to struggle for it. Okay. Sorry, there was a bone in my fig bar.
Right, Danny, you may be dead on with that 2-ball break shot. He's not developing anything.
Well,
He's going to
I don't know if he can hold this
position
get
on
a
the
shot
6
at
after hitting the 1, knocking
one,
the 4
set up
out.
the 4, but I don't know if he can shoot anything afterwards.
Yeah, this would be normal development, but he doesn't have insurance with this. So
He's got the 6. Cue ball stopped there, but how easy is that? How much can he control it?
what he only
Play
other
the
option
1.
I see is to hit the 1 and
Bump
the 4, hit the 4 to the rail and back out, and then pull back a little bit for the 6.
No, it's move it over a little bit.
I got you, but I think the cut on the 6 may be too thin.
That's what he's looking at.
Right. But if it is too thin, what's another option? That's the only other thing I could think of doing. And then if you don't get it, you bail out with the 2 break shot. Right, he's going 15. 15 drop down for the 6-2. 2-6 preferably. 15-2-6 would be ideal.
Nice.
He got bad on the 2, so he's going to have to go 6 first. The 2's an okay break or key ball, but the 6 is ideal. It's a little easier to negotiate.
2 would have been a dynamite break shot for where he is right now, by the way.
Right.
Of course, getting there was...
I like top left here.
No,
You
go
could also
around
go
it. This way you go
stun
into-
straight up
No,
or
this
low
way,
right.
2 walls.
So he went low right.
You come into the line of the shot. That's the safe one. You go straight up, you come up short, you can hit the break shot. You go too far over. But this way, once you play the right angles, you come into position naturally. No
Right, so
problem.
I don't know if you guys heard that. It seemed like Danny was a little far from the mic. But,
Okay, what I said was, I forgot what I said. Yeah,
he was just talking about different ways to get off the 2 ball
yeah.
to position on the break shot. And
There were 3 ways to do it, basically. We think he picked the right way.
yeah, he picked the highest percentage way. Typically, you'll get a little further from the break shot using that way, but you almost always line up correctly on the break shot, so you have the correct angle. Just maybe farther away. Okay, he's sticking with the pure draw. And this time he ended up really good. And I think that's his favorite one. When he can come and draw all the way back up table, because then he's closer to his work. I think Danny's heart skipped a beat a little bit there when he did that,
I
as it
didn't know
usually
if he
does.
had missed or not. The action happened so fast. Anyway, he's now tied Kaci at 97 with that. 97-97. He's still working the rack. The way Thorsten performs in these final events, it's quite possible Clenty will not see the table again.
Yeah, Thorsten catches a gear and he's untouchable at times. And obviously,
He's more than untouchable. He's Elliot Ness.
obviously Clancy's capable of that as well. You know, at this point, when they get to the finals, both guys are pretty much more than half the field was capable of being here. This is a race to 200 guys, not to 150, so there's still a lot of play left here.
Ooh, all right.
He leaked a little bit there. I think he was trying to play position on the 9.
He's
still
clearing
all
out.
right.
Yeah, he's clearing out anything even remotely like a problem ball. I don't know if he's trying to get straight on the 9 so he could roll down and play the 14 and bump the 15.
Yeah, bump the 13 out.
Is
Danny
that
sees
13?
the 14
Okay.
to bump the 13 out
Yeah.
for a break shot with the 6 ball as a key ball later, and the 5 ball is insurance. He just sort of took away that option.
No, he's still got it. I mean, if
he
he
still
gets to
has
the
it.
other side,
Yeah, but-
he'll play the 8 and then the 3.
I don't think the 5 ball will be insurance because I'll have to shoot the 5 ball out probably to get over there.
He won't need it. The 10 will be there. It'll be fine. He's got the 3 or the 11 as break shots also.
Right, Danny says that loosely, but in all the years I've watched Danny play, he plays underneath the stack break shots maybe once.
I don't know what he's trying to do there. Why he slugged that ball. Oh, he came up nice.
He got on it,
Yeah.
and he'll still have the 5 balls insurance, so this is perfect. Well, the 5 and the 15 is insurance. Probably the 5 would be the most logical shot from here.
How's the 10 look? Is it blocking the 14? Is it problematic?
Nah. Well, maybe it's a little worse than it looks.
And he has an angle. He may actually be in a bad position to play that with the viewer setting up the. Yeah, he can't do it from where he is. He'll move the 15 over too much.
If he can see the 10, I like going 10-5 and doing it then, but
No, he's got to try and set it up again.
okay.
A little better. Oh, wow. That way. Nice. Wow.
It was
Okay.
a very good attack on the 13. He's got the 5. If he's dead straight on the 5, I'll have to work a little bit to get on the 10. If
Yeah.
he's not, he can get up between the 10 and the 14. I think the 10 and the 14 both go. Maybe not. Yeah, he got in the window there. That's nice. I believe he can play position for the 14 or the 11 here.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to play for the 15, then the 14 stop and 6 stop. But
Right. Yeah, he's definitely taking the 11, then the 14, the 6 now.
what did I say, the 15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has to pull back just a hair. I think he wants to be basically in line with the spot. At least that's how it looks from this angle.
Yeah.
So he's
Nice.
pretty in line with the spot.
That's
I think
fine.
he can actually
That's
go to the
fine.
rail, yeah.
Yeah. You don't need to go to the rail. He's fine.
Yeah, if he's thick, he can just stop it.
But he went to the rail. That's nice.
Yeah, this is just a little bit thinner than a half ball hit. Again, he'll have really good control of the cue if he wants. This ball, if he does follow, there is a double kiss in the corner. So I do suspect that he'll probably pull out if I see the angle correctly.
109 to 97. Thorsten leading Clinty.
Right, Danny, this is the double kiss area off the 4. I think he's splitting the 4 and the 7 here. So if he uses follow, there's a double kiss there. So I think he'll draw this and play position. Like,
There's a double kiss on a follow shot down here.
I think so. He's taking a little time. He may see that as well. I don't. I think he's supposed to use low outside on this instead of follow.
He's got the game. He's got the initiative. He has the score, the lead. Why risk it on one break shot?
Yeah, he doesn't have to draw all the way up table, Danny, but I think the follow shot is a little. You can get a bad roll with that double kiss, but maybe on this.
I don't know if that double kiss is in this position.
Okay.
The one where you catch the ball at the bottom of the rail?
Yeah. Yeah, he's using draw for some reason. I think it's.
All right. Yeah, he played it safe. He took, like you said, he took a lot of steam off.
Yeah, he is in complete control right now,
Yep.
and he's caught up. If he plays a little more conservative, he can really
Coast.
sort of stick the nail in the coffin here. But he really doesn't want to risk a scratch at this point. I don't think.
Played a 5 and dropped the cue ball down to the short rail.
He's got a nice little pocket there. If he can hit the 9-8, he should be all right. You follow through this, Danny, right? And try
No, just punch it a little and you got that ball in the side pocket. You're safe. The only thing that can go wrong is if he overhits it and bobbles the pocket or he loses the cue ball. I don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants to hit it real hard.
Right. So you think he's going to hit the 7 here?
Depending on the angle, he may have to give it a little pepper. I don't think he wants to. This is a fairly safe shot, though.
How about some salt? Can you give it a little salt?
He'd give it a little salt. Or maybe a little battery. Oh, we missed it. Unless he was playing for the 4, which I don't think is the case.
I kind of do.
Missed it.
You think he was just trying to clip it?
Yeah, he wouldn't leave himself this shot. He's got to work here. He's got to go. He's got to force it and go 2 rails behind the rack. Or he's going to pull back. Well, 1 rail. 2, 3, 4.
25.
5. And perfect for the 14 in the side. Come down and break with the 2. Just like he planned it. And there it is.
Yeah,
Now, when he was shooting that ball, the 3 ball, was it, before?
the 4 ball on the side?
No, the one behind the rack to break him to hit the 7, and he missed it and played the ball on the side. Did you ever envision he was going to be shooting this like 4 balls ago?
Perfect break position? No, I didn't imagine that. It looks like he's got a couple break shot options, the 1 or the 15. The 6 ball is a nice key ball to the 1 as long as he can get to it easily. I suspect he'll use the 6 to the 1 as opposed to the 15, but could double cross me. Could also develop a key ball with the 8 ball, but I don't see a lot of insurance if you do that, so I don't think he's going to mess with that too much. A key ball for the 15, I was saying. Yeah, I think he's opting to play position on the 9 next, then the 10, then the 12. Clean all those balls.
I thought he was trying to play position on the 9 just now. He just came up short.
Yeah, he probably was. I think that would have been a wise play there. But I think he has enough angle where he can get on the 9 now. Guys, if you're interested in the match, QSCO does have all the matches that were played previously, and you can see how guys did.
That's a nice shot.
Got really nice on the 12 there.
Yep. Sure did.
And I think he can slip right between the 10 and 15 and get on the 10 next or the 9. He looks like he's hitting the draw, is he? Okay,
All
so
right,
he's
he's
opting for the 15 instead of the 1.
And he's going to keep the 10 or the 9 as the key ball.
Yeah, he's got two very nice key balls there, and both will work nicely to do sort of a stun draw shot up to the middle of the table. Again, Cusco, which was a sponsor here, you guys can look that up and you can see the various scores and the various high runs that people have put down. Should thank Predator, High Rock, Molinari, Simona's Cloth. We're here at Karam Cafe, very nice room, world-class straight cushion, and right now world-class straight pool.
The tables have been, they were in just great shape.
Mr. Gene Oak did the pool tables here, very, very good job. Ira Lee put up the recording equipment, the live stream equipment, and the mics that you're hearing us on. Nice 2-rail pattern for Thorsten there to the middle of the table. We should thank Michael Kang, the owner of this fine room. Thorsten is sponsored by Cyclop Balls and Volmer. And Clenty was sponsored by Predator? I think he's sponsored by Predator.
123. That miss by Clenty is looming larger now. As Thorsten is at 123 and Clenty's at 97. Well, Clenty's in the chair. It doesn't matter where he's at right now.
Yeah, he's an observer just like Danny and I right now. Okay, there's that power draw shot. And, I was actually talking with Alex Pagulayan. He said, I'm the only guy following the ball because he's seeing guys like Thorsten and John Schmidt pull back on that shot and sort of go back to that short rail and back towards the middle of the table. It's interesting to see the different styles of the various players, and sort of exploiting what you like and what you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Having Danny here in the booth talking about the patterns and how he goes about the break shot is much different than how Thorsten or anyone else would go at the break shot. It's sort of an artistic approach to the game. There's so many different variables.
Yeah, it's also he's got a lot more physical talent too than most players. I mean, it's just a fact, and that's gonna affect the way he plays position.
Right.
Plus, he has iron concentration, which is the most important thing. No matter where the cue ball winds up, if like everyone else, you get your plan doesn't happen. He doesn't stomp his feet and get frustrated. He just, adjusts
down
himself
and makes it.
Yeah, and that's his strong suit. I mean, that and the fact that he's named Thor.
Clenty's also doing the same thing. Clenty Kaci. He's for a young man, he's very
composed.
Very composed. You never see him slam his cue or do anything to give his opponent any strength. When you show your emotion, you give your opponent strength. And if you have that skill sort of embedded at this age, it's going to be scary how he does as he keeps developing as a player. He's already a monster,
Yeah, last tournament he lost to a guy. He didn't get mad. He just waited and set fire to the guy's car later. No, I'm kidding. No. Cancel that call to the fire marshal.
We should probably thank Roy and Lowell. They're the cameramen helping us out here. Ira Lee, Eric Kwan is helping with the Facebook page. Charlie Brown, Andy Lincoln are both tournament directors. And Peter Burrows and his staff and his committee doing amazing work here, as they have for several years now. I was wondering if you would have done that, Danny. Did you like going into them there, or would you have hesitated a little bit?
I forget exactly what the cluster looked like, but I don't like the resulting position, so I'd have to say no.
Right, his insurance ball, he's pretty straight on. He's going to be able to get out of there, but it's not natural.
He's got the pocket, the opposite pocket. Yeah, but you see the way the ball's gathered on the left side of the table. I'm not crazy about that. Yeah, the balls in the center are all playable.
Yeah, he's going to use the 3 to get on all 4 of those balls right now. The 1, 13, 12, and 8 will all be disposed of after this round. And he's got to get on the 2 ball. I suspect he'll go forward to get on the 2 on the final ball and play the 2 ball up table or the 6 up table. And then the rest of the rack will be easy. He could leave one of those balls as a key ball if he wants. I think he should probably get rid of that group right now. Of course, he got a little funny on the 12. and
Yeah,
the 8.
he might be able. Yeah, he's got an angle on the 1, so he could go into the 3 ball. He can go into the 2 or the 6 right now, but he's got to deal with Heckle
Yeah.
and Jekyll.
If he hits
the
the
12
bottom,
and the 8.
if he hits the bottom side of the 6, he could get in a little trouble. If he were to use the 1 that way, he might just push the 8 down and play position on the 8 off the 12,
He's not pushing anything here.
or draw back and avoid it. He's still a little awkward though here. One recovery shot leading to another, which often happens.
He popped the 1 and shoot the 8, go 1 rail and come up behind the 2-6 from the short rail. Or he go right into him right now. Yeah, all right, this is the way he's going to do it. He's going to play the 8, come into them from behind.
Now, do you play position on the 6 here, or do you try to go into him?
Go into them.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would do.
He's playing the 2-up table.
Yeah, that's probably the right play.
Oh, he landed a little awkward. He may have played a
No,
6
this
instead.
is fine. 6 is fine, either one. I don't think he has any problem here. 6, he might be able to get a shot at the 2 and then use the 7. That's a key ball.
Okay, he hit that nice and clean. I do believe he got awkward on the 2,
Yeah,
though.
he didn't like the shot.
Yeah, he's
He can
He's
use the
moving to the
7 as a
right.
break shot also.
yeah, that's a very good thought. And then freeze the cue on the rail after.
Mm-hmm.
No, he tried to kill it. He's going to come on rail out. This is actually pretty natural. He got a good angle on the 7 to come back up for the 10.
If the English grabs, you got to slow roll this with some right-hand English so it spins wide. Up, too hard.
He's all right.
He got away with it.
Yeah, he
was
got that
pretty
English
nice.
grab pretty nicely.
Yeah. 137.
We got a nice picture of the trophies, I guess, and the plaque with the various players that have won it.
That's kind of a nice trophy. The clock. Oh, missed the
wow.
break shot. Oh,
Inconceivable.
yep. He flinched a little. He,
I think he kind of rushed that too. That was the fastest break shot he took.
yeah, he kind of jumped on it.
So Clenty back at the table. I might have taken my break here, to be honest, collected myself, and then put down 103 or whatever he needs. Take a second.
I think he's pretty calm sitting in the chair. He wasn't fidgeting or anything. He was sitting there composing himself.
This Clenty is ready to play whenever he gets to the table, that's for sure. Do you play position to the 12 now and use the 12 to open him up
No.
with the 15 as insurance?
No, you got to play from the 3 to the 15.
Yeah, if he has angle, I think he would definitely go to the 12, but I don't think he has enough angle.
From here?
If he's on the left side of the table, it's very natural to get to the 12, but I don't know where the cue is. I can't see it. Yeah, well, he's going to get to the 12 now.
You have to be able to get the right angle when you go to the other side of the table, so that makes doing it from this last ball a little more dicey. This is the right way to do it.
Yeah, I just didn't see where his cue ball was before he shot Danny, sorry.
Oh.
He could play the 12 here, go into them, and I think as the last resort, he'll have the 10 or the 4-up table. But I suspect he's going to plow through this, right? You put a stroke
Looks
down
like
here?
it. He's going to have to.
Yeah, the
He's-
balls have a lot of gaps, so you really have to muscle your way through this, I think.
Yeah, and he's got nothing behind the rack in case he gets stuck, so he's got to drill it.
You know, Steve Miserak used to play that shot exceptionally well. You just see like muscle right through the balls and
Yeah.
bite right through them. Crazy
Powerful
stroke.
game he had. Just,
Powerful stroke.
Yeah.
Clenty did pretty strong here. He's got a couple issues with the 9, the 7. But the 14 leads naturally to them, so not really as big of an issue as it could be.
Well, he's got a few problem balls, but he should be able to get to both of them. The 14 leads into the 7 and the 9. Break shot is not clear. I'm going to try and maneuver back.
Right, he might actually
Get
play
a
the 5 ball like you were saying, Danny, but there's not a natural key ball to it.
No, I know that. I'm aware of it, but you like the 6 or the 5, the 4 balls better as a break?
I personally like the 4 because I can maneuver the cue ball a little more. I don't mind the 2, though. The 2 looks like it might be in a nice position. You know, if you can stick in the stack off the 11 at the end, that'd be pretty sweet. Guys, they
Wow.
are going to 200 here. I see some chat here on the live stream. I'm sorry I've missed some of it, but they're definitely, this is a race to 200, so the guys still have a little bit of play here. So no one's out of the woods yet. Of course, whoever's at the table, you got to favor. You know, Clenty left the 7. He could use the 6 in the side as a break shot, too. That's also a possibility. I don't see why he would lead the 7 otherwise. Or maybe 7-6-5. Yeah,
He could be losing the thread of the position. Oh, okay. You're saying he's going to play the 3-2-7, 6, and then they.
Yes, he's used the 7 as a key ball to the 6 in the side. He did use that once earlier, and he got a good result. So he might favor that break shot. I know it's a little more obscure. I personally think I like the 2 a little more as the break shot if I'm going to use
6
the
in the
side
side,
pocket.
you're saying, or the 10?
6 in the side.
Mm.
But I think
This 7's not a good key ball for that.
the 10 ball is too far on the other side of the table.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I really don't know what he's doing here.
He's either using the 2 ball on the side or the 6 ball on the side. Those are his only possible options.
I guess he's playing for the 6. 6 for the break shot.
Or the 6 in the corner. Yeah, he's going to come up for the 2 ball key ball and try to get the cue ball to favor the right side of the table. This is very capable of missing the stack, so he's got to get a very thick angle on the 6 ball, right?
He's got to come back nice too, you know. Otherwise, he's gonna have a great angle. That's not a
This
good
is too
shot.
thin. I think he'll miss the stack here.
Yeah, he's not gonna miss the stack, but he's quite capable of missing the shot. This is a big angle here. This is no gimme.
Oh, you're right. He's definitely going into the stack, but
This is no gimme. This shot. He's got a big angle. He's got to hit it soft. Well,
let's see. We have an 80 ball run and an 88 ball run so far. Quality pool, guys. Yeah, you're right. He's going to clip the 5. And he's definitely aiming off the ball here. This isn't a maximum cut, but it's very thin.
yeah.
He won't hit this hard because he doesn't need to. And he's going to make the pocket as big as possible by hitting it softer. If he makes it, he should have a shot in the 10 at a minimum.
Great shot.
And he's got a shot on the 10 and the 13.
And yeah, and the 11 too. Really, yeah, he really hit that good. That was beautiful, and he didn't slam it either.
A beautiful soft shot, nice thin cut, complete cue ball accuracy and pocketing accuracy. It's
Yep.
a world-class shot.
Sure was. He didn't lose his head.
Clenty's definitely here to win, and he's, more than capable of it. Get rid of the 9 right now.
I think the 15-12 might be more of an issue.
Yeah, if he landed on the 9, I think he's supposed to take it, but maybe.
What do you
right,
think?
he
Is
might-
that an easy shot?
The
Yeah,
9?
you drive into 14 down near the cluster. That might actually break it.
He's guaranteed a shot in the 1. It might not
Oh,
have
he's
gone.
doing this. Okay. Yeah.
He didn't need to hit those balls, but
Wow.
he ended up okay. He can play the 4 and probably tickle the 15 unless he's too thin and have shape on that 13. Not sure if I see the angle correctly. He can't come from underneath because he could get stuck. But if you can hit him from above, he's got the 13's insurance. I really like the pace that Clenty's playing at. He's
You
very
do?
focused. He's very focused. He's making sure that he doesn't make any errors.
I guess I'm.
This is a world-class championship if he wins it. And he's addressing all the problems as he sees his highest percentages, and he's coming out with great runs. I've seen him play all week, and I've seen him play other games. He's just a very strong player. I love his demeanor. There's a lot that people can learn from watching him play. Little Joe Torres is here. Just do a little shout out for him.
Big Joe. Hey, Joe.
This is Danny Berruti and Michael Yednak, myself, doing live commentary for you guys. Appreciate you guys watching.
Sure do. There's been a lot of fun down here the last few days, even though I haven't had much to do since I got knocked out early. Anyway, he left himself a tough shot here.
I'm going to do a quick shout out to my wife, Christine Jagdale. She's been amazing. Danny's wife, Sarah, is also amazing. Do a quick shout out to them. He's going to make this 12.
Mike, my wife doesn't know I'm in the pool hall.
Probably play position on the 11 here.
Nope.
Yeah. Natural position for the 11 and the 5.
He caught that rail before.
Yeah, he hit it good, but it was a tough shot. Looks like it jarred a little bit, but the new cloth helped him out a little.
Well, he could play the, what is that, the 5?
Yeah, he's got the 5
5,
ball.
8, 11, 14, 2, and use the 3 as a key ball.
So you like the 2, 3, 9 ball break shot?
I like the 2-3 for the end. Yeah, if you can get to it. That's why I like leaving the 14.
Yeah, 8, 11, 14,
Yeah.
2, 3, 9. I see it. You could.
No, I mean,
I think he's planning for the 8 ball break shot, and he's going to use 11 as a key ball, just based on what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I guess he's going to use the 8.
Otherwise, the 14 was too valuable to take away.
Well, no, because you could use the 14 to get on the 2, stick
right.
there, and then just stick
Yeah,
the
with
3.
6 stick.
Yeah.
You'll see when he pockets if he were to pocket the 3 here, he'd be perfect position for the 9-ball break, and that's what Danny was talking about. Guys, the race is to 200. Straight pulls always call pocket, guys. Just answering some of the questions on the live stream.
Oh, he's got a big angle on this. Maybe. Or maybe he's just figuring out where he wants the ball for the break shot.
Yeah, I like the cue ball 1 diamond out if I'm using the 8-ball break shot.
Oh, yeah, he's got a big angle there.
I don't know. I think position to 3 is pretty natural here, isn't it?
I thought he was going to play the 3. He's got the angle going the wrong way. And this is the shot that he missed earlier. Thorsten pile on some
4-ball,
pressure.
he pounded it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to have the same shot.
I think he can hit this with top inside. I would
Go back to the long rail, 1 rail.
Yeah, I wouldn't use a low inside here and go 3 rails. I think I would just use top inside and go to the short rail and back up. I don't think he's so thin that he can't get to the short rail.
There he goes. He lost the cue ball. Oh, it slowed down. Yeah,
he hit it perfect.
Wow, that ball slowed down a lot, didn't it? I thought he was going all the way to the rail. Oh, perfect. He recovered.
Russell, this is the first time that High Rock has produced this. They're giving the scores between each rack, which is all you really need. And we have the high runs that have gone on so far through their matches. But as far as getting the screen to say finals and that kind of stuff, it's on Facebook. I believe it's listed as the finals. You're watching Kaci versus Thorsten Hohmann. This is a race to 200. Both players are within approximately 70, 75 balls of winning. So they're both within the kill zone. Player at the table is always favored to win, so right now Clancy's in a very good position. Now with what he just did there, Danny, this is definitely a follow shot, break shot from my standpoint.
Yeah, I like it with follow.
But he lined up the 8-ball on the tangent, where I usually line up the ghost ball to the tangent. Do you usually?
Yeah, he needed to pepper that.
Yeah, he hit that with
You going in that ball, you need to really lay into it.
Yeah, that 9-ball is sort of a dead ball, so if you hit it square, you just stick on it. So he really needed to plow through that if he was heading at the 9. But when he did the tangent, he did it off the 8-ball instead of the ghost ball in front of it. So
When he did the tangent,
yeah, he put his cue down in line, and I think he thought he was hitting the split in the 2 and the 9 instead of hitting the 9 direct. So I think he might just misjudged where he was contacting the stack. I have to assume
maybe he thought he was coming off of it.
Yeah.
Instead of going into it. I mean, coming off the rack instead of burying into it.
Oh, I think Eclent likes to go by Clenty. Most of his friends call him that. I've known him for a while. I wouldn't say I'm a close friend, but he's a very nice kid, and I like him. And he introduced himself as Clenty to me. So I'm not going by his actual name, more by what he's.
That's his
known
stage
as
name, by the way. Clenty Eastwood.
In the U.S. Wow, if he pots this 7, that'll be an incredible shot.
We'll be singing songs to him around the campfire
This
tonight.
might be the best shot of the match if he makes this. Again, this is a jacked up shot. This is one of his specialties, but very low percentage for most players. Wow.
Nice.
Place should be up in arms in that. Huge claps. Very deserving. What an incredible shot. Guys, just a reminder, if you're just tuning in, Amsterdam's having Efren Reyes and Tony Robles do an exhibition match. They'll be racing, doing straight pull and then a rotation game. I also believe that there's a match in Richmond, Virginia that I'll be doing commentary for. It's called the Battle Royale with Mr. 400, who you see in the background sometimes, against the great Mika Immonen. Should be fun straight pull matches, guys. So if you're interested, please look into my Facebook page tomorrow and next week. Got the great Peter Burrows checking out the commentators.
I don't know what's what, but I thought that last shot was huge.
Yeah.
Basically, game
A
shot.
tremendous shot, no matter how much you've been drinking, Peter.
No,
Even if you were sober, that would have been a great shot.
I would have missed it by 2 diamonds.
I think Danny and I might have missed it by 2 diamonds as well. That's why we're sitting here talking. But yeah, a phenomenal shot, Peter. He did that earlier.
He couldn't avoid the 6. He couldn't avoid it. He was committed to it, and there was nothing he could do.
Yeah, he did that earlier against Alex when we did Alex's commentary, and he ended up with a dead ball. Luckily, but he didn't really have much to do there.
Yeah, he hit him in hope.
I will give him amazing credit for staying down nicely and making sure that he committed to the shot. He had an easy shot, but a lot of times when you're not sure what's going to happen, you can jar the ball or misexecute.
So it looks like he goes for the shot and maybe leaves the cue ball along the top rail if he
Here?
doesn't want to hang the ball
Peter,
up
right
and-
now, he should just go straight ahead and play safety. I
Just
think.
one question, Peter. What game are you watching?
No, I'm saying, doesn't he try and make the ball, but maybe leave the cue ball in here? So if he hung the ball,
No,
up,
that's no good.
There's no reason to make it, because if you miss it,
If you miss it, you might hang
might
it up.
sell out.
you don't have anything. I understand.
well, you might still out.
Yeah.
He's got a really good safety here. If he wants to go nuts, Peter, he could try to cut the 6 in and go into the
In the
stack
side,
now.
sure.
If he's going to pocket, then I like that more than trying to do anything
He might
else.
cut the 6 in the side and scratch.
That is a possibility. Unlikely. I think the tangent takes him right to the 1. And with how he's pocketing, I'd be afraid to say that he's just playing it safe, because that's what I would play. But if he goes for a shot, the side pocket is the only shot. There's nothing dead in the stack. He either plays a safety or he goes for another low percentage shot, and he's already come with so many. I mean, how many times can you be a hero before you die a tragic hero's death?
This is not the toughest shot he's had this rack.
It's not. It is makeable.
Yeah. I don't think you catch the rack here. There's no sense playing this. You should play safe.
I think he catches the rack if he makes it in the side. If he goes in the corner, there's
If
no
he plays
possible-
it in the side?
Yeah,
Is that doable?
I think so.
Uh,
There's no corner shot with life. If you play in the corner, you might as well just play a straight ahead safety.
Oh.
But if you cut it in the side, you have possibilities.
Yeah.
He just missed that ball, so it was makeable.
yeah.
Again, how much do you try to be a hero?
I just had somebody ask me about a time clock in
Yeah.
a shot like that. I think that's why you don't want a stop clock.
Yeah, these guys aren't playing slow.
I mean,
they're playing
The
legitimate.
games are taking a reasonable amount of time. As a matter of fact, I think in the 120 games we had, we didn't have 2 games that were still going when the next round was supposed to start. Remember any? I don't. I think.
No, I agree, Peter.
But a shot like that, you got to take some time. I mean, you can't.
Yeah, there's no reason for a shot clock there. I do believe we're on a slight break. I hear a lot of commotion. I don't see Thorsten at the table. I think he decided to take his break, collect himself, probably because of that last break shot miss. And
I'm going to the sandbox.
yeah, so Thorsten took a quick break. Probably a great time to mention sponsors, guys. I'm going to do my job here. I'm going to thank Predator, one of the main sponsors, Simonis Cloth, Karam Cafe, of course, High Rock, Molinari, and Cusco. Obviously, should probably thank Roy and Lowell. They're doing the camera work here. Ira Lee is doing the scoring. Michael King is the room owner of Karam Cafe. We have Eric Kwan in the Facebook, keeping everyone posted and keeping everyone on top of things. We have Charlie Brown and Andy Lincoln. I believe they're both tournament directors. Peter Burrow and his committee. Thanks, guys. You guys have been awesome. Again, we're taking a brief break per Thorsten Hohmann's inning. And you're watching both Thorsten Hohmann and Iklent Kaci. Albania versus Germany. All right, guys, we have Toasty Thorsten Hohmann back here, the hitman, ready to run some balls. And Plenty's in the chair. Looks like Thorsten has a good shot in the 5 ball to open up. He doesn't have a good break shot to get back into the stack. Looks like the 15 ball is his best option. So I'm assuming he's going to play the 5, the 12, position on the 15, and then go into the stack, or use the 13 to go into the stack. He does have a little pocket there with the 10, 11, and 4 to use the 13 as a break shot. This may be a little bit personal preference for Thorsten. If he uses the 13, he'll want a really nice angle so that after he hits the stack, he'll still have a lot of energy on the cue ball. Because the angle he has on the 15, I suspect he's going to use the 13 ball as his secondary break shot. Okay, I think he cleared the 14. He was a little nervous there, but I'm pretty sure he cleared the 13. And if he can go into the 11 ball and the 10, he'd be hard-pressed not to have a shot in the 4 or the 14. Okay, looks like he has a shot in the 14 ball or the 4 ball. One shot he's jacked up on, the other one he's not. But the 14 ball and the 4 ball are both very thin shots, so he'll lose his cue ball a little bit. Got a tough shot from Thorsten here with the bridge. He's got to make sure he doesn't foul. This is all ball fouls. Okay, good shot from Thorsten there. We have Danny Berruti back here, straight pool Hall of Famer, giving you guys some commentary.
Yeah, straight pool Hall of Fame. I play any worse, they're going to put me in the straight pool nursing Hall of Fame.
Looks like he's going to play position for the 9 and the 10 in the next shot. He could also play position for the 12. But I think the 9-10 is the right play there. If he can play the 9 first, he'll play the 9, then the 10, and then the 12 is his key ball. So it looks like 9, 10, 12, 11 ball break shot. Where he didn't have the right angle to take the 9, so or the 9 first, so now he's a little funny to get on the 12. So he's going to have to go back across and play the 12 in the same pocket, I believe. I don't think he can hold it for the 12 on the side. And he wasn't able to get over there.
Low left to the rail.
He's got to kill this ball. and he's got to get enough draw to keep him with a thicker angle on the 11. If he doesn't get enough draw, then he'll be...
And he can't hit it too hard, or the English won't take.
Right, so this is a super tricky shot.
Yeah. Just goes to show you how tough straight pool is. He had a very simple position. He got one little funny roll, and now he has to make a great shot.
And he did.
Yeah.
He made an incredible shot.
Looks like a tough angle on his break shot.
Yeah, he's aiming off the ball again. This isn't edge to edge, but it's a very thin hit.
And he's really close.
Well,
He can't spin it at all. It's pure cut.
Right, but the fact that he's close means he can see the angle well and can get on the ball and see the aim point well.
That's a pretty good point.
Yeah, I'd rather have this than be close to the rail.
All right, scores Thorsten 148 and Plenty 128. Thorsten needs 52, Plenty needs 72.
Yeah, guys, we do have a bunch of sponsors. You can see them in the background now. Those are the people that made this happen, so very appreciative, along with Peter Burrows, whose name is not up there. Let's see him dice this in. Perfect, nice and soft.
Yeah.
Controlled the cue ball, and yeah.
Yeah, when you get those big angle cuts, it's best to hit them soft, you know.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything. There's so much energy on the cue ball, you just have to pocket the ball, and everything else is pretty natural there. Especially when he's going into the core of the stack. He can't scratch or anything. He can't get stuck because he's got so much energy on the cue ball. But nonetheless, well played by Thorsten.
148-14, they put him at 152, 162 at the end of this rack. So he's scenting blood. Orca over here has got this chum in the water.
If he can play position on the 8, I might go into the balls off the 8 or use the 7. The 7's too far away from the balls. Yeah. I might have left a little angle there to go into him, but...
I don't know that he has to go into him anymore. If he gets a shot at the 2, the 6 goes.
Yeah, I was thinking the 2 ball's the break shot, though.
No, set up the 13 with the 14.
Okay.
You don't have to go into him at all. That's if he can get a clean shot at the 2. Otherwise, he does have to go into the... Maybe go into him with the 4? What is that, Mike?
Yeah, the pink ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, the pink ball's the 4 ball. I was just thinking if he could go into him from underneath, he preserves the 2, and he has tons of insurance with the 15, the 3, and the 7, you know, but he didn't get that angle on the 8 and didn't choose to do that, so Thorsten's a much better player than myself, so I'm sure he knows what he's doing here. But he did just tie up the 12 and the 9, trying to create the 12 as a break shot, I think. That was a pretty slick play there. If he didn't tie it up with the 9, he's got the 1 as a key ball, 12 as a break shot, and then he can use the 2 and go on him, and he has no concerns. So smart play by Thorsten there, and that's probably what he's planning all along, was to develop that 12. Now sometimes I'll do something like 3-8, go into the 14 and get a shot, and then sometimes I'll do the same thing and I'll go into the 6 and get stuck. And that's a decision error, I think, on my part. I think the 2 ball is a much better way to open them up, and you know, I've sort of learned that trying to play for that 1 ball hit is very dangerous a lot of times. How do you feel about that, Danny? You sort of agree with that?
I don't think I would try anything not to go into these balls.
Okay.
Or just try to work around them. All you got to do is get to 1 right ball and they all open up.
Right, the 1 ball leads perfectly to the 2 ball for what Danny's talking about. And then you can play the 6 ball and the 4 ball, and then the 13 ball and 14 ball go in the lower right corner, and you can develop the 13 if you don't like the 12 ball as your break shot.
All without the risk of going into the balls.
Yeah, he's going into him right here. But no, he's not. Good. So he's going to use the 1 to get on the 2, like we said, and I think he got the right angle, did he, or did he get too thin?
Hard to tell what he was playing for when he came out that long. Maybe he was trying to pick up the 10 first.
Yeah, he might have just lost the cue ball.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think he can play the shot that I was looking at.
Yeah, the 2 may not be out far enough to preserve the 13 and 14.
Yeah.
He can definitely go into them off the 2, but to preserve the 13-14, to develop the 13 balls or break shot, I should say 14-13,
Well, he's going to
just might not
muscle
have been
him.
there.
He's going to muscle him.
Yeah, he'll have the 1 ball after. He pulled up for the 1 nicely. That was his insurance, and he's got other options now. I think he preserves the 12 ball if he can get on the 9 ball or tickle the 9 ball out. He's playing the 12, so he's holding the 13 ball. And creating the 14 ball. Nice, nice.
Very nice. Now the 10 ball figures into the game.
The ball up table he'll use as his key ball.
A minute ago it was just a useless appendage. Now it's a vital organ.
Very slick playing by Thorsten. Nice creative way to attack those problems. I kind of like, yeah, I was going to say that. 13-1, 6-10. A little less cue ball movement, a little more at the end, but it's pretty natural movement. The 6 to the 10 isn't too bad.
I didn't think he liked that.
Yeah,
no, I didn't like it the way it came out anyway.
I think he was trying to play position on the rail so he could go 3 rails
He's
towards the 10 in the side.
I
Now
think
he's got to draw it up.
Yeah, I think he wanted more of an angle.
Yeah, that's a good shot, though.
Yeah.
Great recovery. You know, I'm seeing over and over again, it seems like whenever Thorsten or Clenty get out of line, they're recovering like monsters. You know, that position play, to be perfect like that was really critical for him to continue the run. You know, and he hit it great.
Yeah,
And
I think
that's what
he
wins
thought he was going to
championships.
come out more and leave himself a little more angle on the 6 so he could come back playing the angle off the rail.
Yeah, there's a little 9-ball position where you sort of leave the cue ball on the rail, and then you go 3 rails around the break shot, and you land on the 10 in the side. That was one option. Or he needed the opposite angle where he could come off the long rail directly and come up table. I think he was favoring the long rail option.
This is where you have a scratch in the low pocket with the cue ball if it hangs out at the bottom. Well, he's not going to let it hang out.
Yeah, it's a double kiss on
Oh,
the
he's
3
gonna
again
pull
he's
it
talking
back,
about.
right?
Yeah, he's hit. He hit that a little conservative, a
Got
little
the
more
7.
conservative than I expected.
Yeah.
But he ended up real good. He can play the 7. He'll go into the balls, and he has tons of options if he does. He should have the 3 or the 11 or 5 after this shot.
Why risk anything, you know, at this point?
Right.
He's got the 7. He'll go into them, and he'll be able to have a shot.
Be pretty hard for him.
Unless he hits the 11 in a funny way. If he hits the
there's-
15, he should be safe.
There's a great pocket there. If he hits the 15 on the right side at all, he'll have a shot. If he hits it on the left side, he'll probably have a shot in the 11 in the other pocket.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to go wrong here.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't lose his head. He may even be shooting a 3 ball here.
Right. If it clears the 11, that's probably the easiest shot. You know, the worst thing that could happen, and he would still have a shot, is if he went through the 10 and went forward a little bit, you know, through the stack. He'd still have the 3 in the other pocket, so he can't. I don't see any way he can go wrong here. I've been proved wrong before though. So
The way he's looking at it, I'm wondering if he has a shot.
I think he's going for the 3, and I think the 7's a bigger pocket, so he's debating between the 3 and the 7. Oh, he jumped up.
Yeah.
And he did hit the wrong side of the 15, and he
Yep.
doesn't have a shot on the 11.
Not an easy shot, no.
No.
He's got to earn this.
Yeah, he could have tried to manipulate the cue ball a little more on that shot, but the pocketing drops so much that he decided to just go all out with the pocketing and expected a good result, which is very legitimate. Now this is equivalent to Clenty's shot, except the object ball is a lot closer, so he should be a little more accurate than Clenty was, even though Clenty made it. This is a lot easier.
Nope. Not even close.
Yeah, that was a lot easier than Clenty's shot. You'd agree,
I think
right?
he rushed that. Maybe. Ah. I didn't like that. I don't even think he looked at the 12 ball up the table. He might have had a shot. Well, Clinty's certainly in striking range.
Yeah, he had his glove off. He was probably taking a nap back there.
It could have been.
Yeah, that shot that Thorsten just took, I mean, Clenty took a little more caution on the 7 that he played in that pocket when he was jacked up over the stack. And I think Thorsten was a little more annoyed that he was in that position because it was very, I would say it was a bad roll for him not to have an easier shot than that. Wouldn't you, Danny?
Yeah.
You know, psychologically, that can really mess with you.
Yeah. Oh, well, listen, it was not an easy shot he had on the 7. And he could have got a better roll. I think that was the right shot. Maybe he should have gone in soft and instead of trying to break, just tried to steer it.
Yeah.
That's actually where he lost the ball. Not that he missed the shot. In that he shot the 7 and he tried to do too much. It wasn't called for.
Yeah, that's the thing where Thorsten's power and quality of stroke might have got the better of him because he approached that a little aggressive and maybe thought he would get a better result.
Yep, he lost the cue ball.
Wow.
Wow was right.
Wow. Spells mom upside down.
I don't care how you spell wow here. This is a wow.
Yeah, that was very scary. And the other bad thing about this is if he pockets the 5, he's not going to have shape on the 11 unless
He's
he
got
goes
the
rail
1 ball.
first.
The one is hanging in the corner.
Oh. Yeah, thanks, Danny. Yeah, I forgot that Thorsten left that up table. But
You know, we've been here almost 3 hours, and you should know by now that we use the whole rack. It's not 14 minus 1, it's 14.1.
yeah, he's going rail first, like I said. That is the easiest way to get some sort of position. And he's not supposed to miss this ball if he goes rail first. I wouldn't hit this hard, though, because I still could see the cue following it in. But he played a great shot there
Yeah.
and got rewarded. That was a smart play.
You notice that the rails are playing soft, and he took full advantage of that.
Right. Well, just when I thought
Uh-oh, he lost it again.
he's got the 1 ball, though, which you pointed out earlier. Just when I thought sort of everything was lost, Clenty's back in the rack. Hey, Jason, thanks for tuning in. Jason Laker says hi.
Hey, Jason. So a lot of
A lot of our boys watching.
the boys. It's good to see him down at both rooms that I've been to. Amsterdam and here.
Yeah, I think Danny and I like straight pull much because most of our friends play straight pull, so we can come hang out with our friends, whether we perform great or play poorly. We always have a good time. So
And we both played in the straight pool league. Ran the straight pool league.
yeah, at Amsterdam Billiards.
Meet a lot of people there.
If you guys are in Manhattan, it's a good room to go to. If you guys are in Queens, obviously Carom Cafe is the place to be.
If you're in the Bronx, it's your problem.
If you're in Staten Island. Oh, do we count that?
Staten Island counts.
It does, right?
Yeah.
Got our buddy Bob from Staten Island. Great guy. All right, so here
enough.
he's got he can take care of the 6 if he wants. He can play the
Six is the key ball.
right. He can play the 9, go into the 15. He has position on the 6.
No, you keep the 6.
Danny keeps the 6.
Uses the 2 as the key ball. Use the 6 to get to the 2. And break with the 8.
All right, I see what Danny's talking there. So
So you played the 7-15, and the
7, 13, 15, or 7, 15,
7,
13?
15, 13, 6. So the 13 is stopped, and it's almost a stop and just a short slide over from the 2 to the 8.
Right, so he wants to maintain the angle that the 3's on now, maybe a slightly more angle than what the cue has for the 3 ball, which he'll get naturally after he pockets the 3.
Yeah, I mean, he can come up a little too, get an angle that way, go one rail down and up for the 13. This is a very easy position, very straightforward. He's looking at the 8 for the break right now.
Right, generally most players prefer the 8 over the 2. You have more manipulation you can do with the cue ball before it gets to the stack. You can usually use a follow shot instead of a draw shot, which means you can control your cue better. As you can see, there's a big crowd in the background watching. Looks like Clenty got perfect shape on this ball.
Yeah.
Little nip follow, he's on the 6 ball. And then a nip follow on the 6, he's on the right angle for the 2 to get on the rail for the
He may
8
go
ball.
down and up. Right, there he goes. All right, he's got the right angle. Draw back.
Yeah, he just put his tip where he wants the cue for the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, the camera work has been exceptional. When they do the racking, Danny and I were watching the rack, and you can actually see the fibers.
Yeah, I
the
mean,
cloth.
it's really, this is
I
the
mean,
best
this
quality I've ever seen in a pool.
It's absolutely incredible, the quality of the cameras that they're using for
Nice.
this live stream.
It's so easy.
All right, guys, so Clenty's creeping in. He needs 60 balls. His high run earlier was 88. Thorsten's high run was 80. Clearly, he's in the kill zone. And whoever's at the table is always favored to win in straight pull. So let's see if Clenty can connect or not. Can we get an overhead view? Awesome, thanks, guys. Now, if I see this correctly, he's going right towards the 6 ball.
All right, can we get a view from the floor?
Yeah, so if he hits the 6, he can control the cue ball a lot, but he doesn't want to draw it.
No, go back to the overhead. I'm sorry. Please, Mr. Camera. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, he should be going right into the 6 here. If he uses follow, he'll hit the 9. Yeah, he sees the 6 ball as well. Danny, do you follow this ball? This is far enough away from the stack where you can follow it, right?
I think
And arc
so.
it?
At this angle, you got to follow.
So if you hit top outside, he should hit the stack and then arc towards the short rail and back out without any...
Well, I don't know if it's going down to the short rail. He's hitting towards the top here. Wow, it did go.
Yeah,
It kind of slid off of it.
right. So the way the ball reacted, I kind of think a stun draw might have been a little safer in that position.
Nah, I mean,
But he ended up with a great
Yeah.
result. You know, maybe this was the play. I was just a little scared. It looked like it might have been going towards the corner pocket. And he purposely hit that to the outside of the pocket so he'd maintain angle on the 12 and the 7.
he gets rid of the 4 ball. He can swing around, pick up the 13 and the 9. There's no reason to go into them. I don't think he needed to do that. He didn't lock anything up, but why do it if you don't have to?
Yeah, to go into the balls there was a little risky. He's okay. He had insurance, so it wasn't that risky. The risk was really, does he make the rack more difficult or easier? And that's Danny's thought process on that is, why go in the balls when you can maneuver around them? And Clenty plays so good. He certainly doesn't need to do construction to get these balls off. He can weave his way around nicely.
He left himself awkward here. I guess he's got to play the 2 ball.
I think he can play the 2, which gets
Yeah.
rid of the 10, which opens up some more pockets. Or 2-13, sorry.
Yeah.
2-13 opens up the
2-11.
pocket for
Got
the
it.
5,
Let's see where that 1 ball
14
winds
and
up.
1. Yeah, I like getting rid of the 13 here. I sort of prioritize the 13 over the 11 here, or the 1?
Uh,
Because the 13 clears 3 pockets.
use the 15, come up to the 3 ball, play the 1, and then the 13.
Yeah, I like that. He created a nice key ball there, the 5 ball to the 4. And now he can get rid of the 3, come up table, get rid of the 3.
He should have got rid of the 9. I think that was thematic. You get rid of the 9, so you get rid of the 1. Those balls weren't going anywhere. Now he's got to figure out a way to get on the 14. He can't use the 5 because he just set it up.
He can use the 6, right? Is the 6 clear shot up table, or is it a funny angle?
No, there's a ball up there.
Oh, okay. I was going to say you could play the 6 and get on the 14. Ah, it's too awkward.
Yeah.
He just needs to get the
He's
cue ball
drifting across
to the 10.
Yeah.
This works nicely. Now if he doesn't have angle, he can draw straight back towards the 5, and he's got the 14 or the 9 next. If he has angle, he can swing around for the 14 and 1.
He might be better off just playing the combination on the 14-1.
Oh, he's going to use the 1 to the 6 as his key ball to the key ball at the end there. So he's going to go ahead and get rid of the 5. I wouldn't have gotten rid of the 5 unless I could attack the 14 to 9. So he's got to be able to attack the 14-9 here. And the 1 to the 6 isn't good.
He's leaving the balls. He's not connecting them in an orderly fashion. He's left the ball up the table. The 1.
He just took out a really strong key ball.
Took out the key ball. He's all over the joint here. I mean, I guess you could play the 6 and then the 4 and the 1, pick up the 3, then play the 1 and the 14.
Yeah, the 14-1 is wired. Then he can play the 6 now, and play the 1 or the 14-1, right?
Well, I was saying he could play the 4, leave the 10 for the break. Well, that's out. I guess the 9 now.
I like the 9 more than the 14. Swing around a couple rails, you got shape on the 14 or the 6. You're playing for 2 balls instead of 1. But he's playing the 14, so he's going to draw back or clip the 9 over. By what I'm seeing, he's going to end up going like 6-1, 9, and then playing the 3 ball for position, or 9-6-1. Yeah, looks like 9-6-1-3. No. This was not an easy pattern. He's going to use the 3 as his key ball, and he's got to get.
I think it happens. Sometimes you lose the thread.
Yeah,
of the
sometimes
position.
you got to play an ugly rack to get back on your run, and that's what happened here. As long as he connects on the break shot, he can try to make the next rack pretty. You know what I mean? But that was a good shot there. I think he's got natural angle to come 2 rails towards the 4. Oh, he doesn't.
No, he does not. He's got to force it.
Yeah, this is a funny angle.
Yes, it is.
He's got to slaughter this, which he does, but he's landing on the rail. You need to hit it a little harder.
Well, it's,
I mean, this is acceptable, but
for a guy shooting like him,
yeah, with his
it's
pocketing,
a tough shot, though.
with his pocketing and skill set, he's going to make this ball and make Danny and I look a little scared. But I would have much rather played a little different pattern and had a closer break shot. And that's the problem with that, key ball up table position. A lot of times you end up farther from the break shot.
Hey, I'm going to offer congratulations to my daughter. Just got 3rd place in a art festival. Got an award from the mayor of Carmel.
Pretty strong, pretty strong.
Yeah.
Right, so this is a half ball hit. So this is, this is a hair thicker than a half ball hit. He'll at least be able to see the contact point nicely on the 4 ball.
You think he's going into the 4? What? You think he's going into the 11 ball here?
You know what? I think he's going into the 3 here.
I wouldn't draw this.
I don't think he's going into 11. Yeah,
I
I'd hit this
think
as
he's going
follow.
into the 3. You're right. Yeah, see, it looked higher to me from the other angle. Yeah, I think you're 100% correct. But I think you follow this shot.
Yeah, I agree with Danny. I think there's still a follow shot, and it's more of a follow shot because I'm close to the rail. I don't want to have to jack up at all on this shot. It makes it missable for me, but
Wow.
center of the pocket,
Wow, he hit that ball. Whoa.
straight up and down table.
Wow.
What a stroke. Yeah, so that was another super shot from Clenti, which he's come with several. I mean, if pocketing is the key to straight pull, or if people ever doubt that pocketing isn't the key to straight pull, you got to see how these guys get out here. I've seen countless high runs in straight pull. I've watched a lot of straight pull matches. Almost every match, you got 2 or 3 shots that you just got to come with that are crazy difficult shots, and both these guys have come with those shots. Thorsten missed that 1 ball in the corner, and he actually missed a cut shot as well, right? And then he had a couple scratches.
Yeah.
But
Well, he missed the break shot. You're right.
right.
Yeah.
But overall, the break shot that Thorsten missed was well in his kill zone. That wasn't a tough shot.
Yeah.
He just lost focus for a second. That might have actually cost him the set, really. He could have continued his run there.
In the meantime, back at the ranch, he just left himself tough over here.
Yeah, the 14-13 is not wired. It may be wired in the other pocket, but it's certainly not wired in the pocket it's closest to.
Yeah, I don't know how he plays other games, but he's taking a lot of time on every shot. So, that's quite probably nerves, but I haven't seen him really play before.
To be perfectly honest, he's a very deliberate player, Danny. I've seen him play 8 ball, 9 ball, 10 ball. He's usually a little slower now. I've seen him a lot in championship play, playing for the finals. So that may be why I've seen him play a little slower. It doesn't bother me at all. I know it does bother some players. You see the table so clearly and so quickly that you move around a lot quicker than a lot of guys. But this is very justified for his.
Well, the reason I move
understanding.
around quicker is because I got new tennis balls on my walker.
There's a lot of guys that play a little slower and run a lot of balls. I think he's on the 9.
Ugh.
It was dangerous, though. Marriage counselor?
This could be, I think he's got a shot at the 9.
Yeah, he's got a shot at the 9 here. The 10 doesn't block it. Where does he go after? I think the 8 ball's after, and maybe get rid of that 1 ball. He's got to address that situation in the lower right corner, the 13, 14, and 7. And I think the 5 ball, is the best option to attack that. Danny, what do you think? How would you attack that situation over there? I mean, the 5 in the side and go 1 or 2 rails towards it, I think is well, that was there. Not anymore. maybe inside English on the 15 now. But he's got to hit the 7.
I
to
would
get lucky.
leave balls all over the table and in clusters. And then
As long as possible.
as long as possible, and then,
And then
settle
just see
it.
what happens?
Yeah, just resolve it all in the last 2 shots.
guys, to question Clancy's skill level or to say or to compare him to other players, I mean, it's just really unnecessary. I don't know why guys do that. We're watching two of the greatest players
What was the comment?
around right now, Thorsten Hohmann and Clancy, and to focus on guys that aren't here,
Oh yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's
I-
terrible. Because first place, this is like his first major straight pool tournament, and he's in second place no matter what.
he's in second place. He's
Yeah.
playing amazing. We don't.
He's a super talent.
There's let him live his own game, so to speak. He's got a lot to be proud of. He doesn't need to prove anything from my standpoint.
It's just that if he doesn't pick up the pace a little, he's going to be older than I am when he finishes this match.
Yeah, he's playing great. He's playing great. I love his demeanor. I love what he does for the game. He'll get faster and faster as he gets more acquainted with straight pool. And yeah, I'm just enjoying watching him play and come with some crazy shots that I would never dream of playing. His recovery game is incredible. And his pocketing is clearly world class.
You know what they ought to do to speed him up? Put a pair of roller skates on him while he's shooting. Okay, so he's totally cleared up the position now. And
Yeah, one thing that I will say here is the key balls and break shots. Break shots make good key balls, so he has the 6 and 13 as possible break shots, and both are good key balls.
six is the key here.
Yeah, 6 is the ideal key shot. 5 to the 6 would be ideal. He's a little funny on the 15, so he might have to go 13, 15, 5, 6, or 13, 5, 15, 6.
I think that's the right way. Although I don't know how he's getting back for the 5.
Yeah. He might have to play it
That was
underneath.
perfect.
Yeah. He got good on it. He's going to have to move the cue a little from the 15 to the 6, so he wants to maintain the proper angle and stay underneath it.
Yeah, it just needs a little bit of angle. Yeah,
Right.
Not too much.
And if something squirrely really happens, he can use the 3 and get on the 6, but that's one of the pleasures of having break shots as key balls. I think he got perfect on this, Danny.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Quality position play. He's going to land great on this break ball
Yep,
and continue his run.
sure is. Well, if he makes this, he'll be at 168, needing 32.
Yeah, he's really good here. He could have used a little thinner angle because they'll open up the stack a little more, but he's still in a great angle on this, now have a nice yield. I believe he's going into the 11 here, which is the top ball, which means he'll be able to get off the stack pretty easily. And again, the two sort of danger balls is getting stuck on the stack would be the 13 and the 7, but he's hitting the 11, so he should be good. Guys, I'm going to slip out 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, so we're looking at another break shot where he looks like he's coming across the top of the balls. Yeah, I guess the ideal would be to get a nice solid shot on the top of the balls and try to kill the cue ball. Let's see what he does. It's 168 Clenty and 164 Thorsten. I'm not even sure what he hit that with. It happened so fast. Looked like he hit it with kind of a low ball. Caught it full and it just bounced off, went to the rail. All right, back to the action. It's looks like the 8-ball. Might play the 1. Up the table. No, too much angle there. I guess he's going to play the 8, come to the middle, work on the 9 and the 15. Yeah, Mike is back from his little break.
Ready, Danny? Did I miss anything?
No, they each missed twice while you were away.
Oh, that makes
This
sense.
is exciting.
So, guys, I know there's a lot of commentary about who the greatest pool player is in the world. I'm going to nominate Danny Berruti. So we got this 2-ball here. Then the
Do I
15.
owe you money or something?
It's kind of funny. So he's probably going to play for the 15 next, or you think he's going to draw out? Tickled the 15 over. Looks like the 1 is a potential break shot, Danny. Might have to scramble him before
yeah.
then, right? Maybe the 13 ball, actually. Right, you play the 1, it hits the 14, 6 and 13 pushes the 13 out.
I don't know what he's doing. I can't gauge what he's doing at all.
Danny's cracking me up.
I have no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, he's looking at hitting the 14 here and knocking the 13 out.
It looks like the 4 is going to take most of the steam off that ball.
Yeah, he just needs to rocket a ball out, though. He doesn't need to fire it out too hard. Yeah, that's perfect. Nice there. He's got a little cluster with that 6, 14. I think the 14 goes.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it
14
does.
definitely goes. So well played there. He's got the 11, 14, 6 to take care of.
He does have to get to a window between the 13 and the 15 to get a shot at that 14.
You think he can use the 4 to get there now, or you think he should get rid of the 5-4 now?
No, I think he should leave the 5 for the next rack. I mean, why get rid of a problem ball now when you could save it for a rainy day? I think he played a 7 and get the 14 out now.
Yeah, he's getting the exact angle now, so that's
Perfect.
okay, perfect position, yeah.
Now, if that 5 ball wasn't there, he could just play the 14, 6, and the 11, and he'd be done with the rack.
Yep.
I guess playing the 14, 6, 11, and then the 5 is not the worst thing in the world. So
No, he's just he's going to have a lot of cue ball movement at the end, and he's had that most of the racks because he leaves that ball at table. That's something that maybe if he gets a chance to study some of these games that he played live, he might reevaluate and maybe change, or if he likes his result, he won't. Fact of the matter is he's running balls. It's not the easiest way, but he's getting out.
no, I mean it's the difference between shooting the 11 and just basically stopping in that area, or now he's got to go from the 11 to the
5
to
to
the
the
5
13.
to the break shot.
Right. I mean, it's clearly easier what you're talking about, but until he sees it, he's going to keep this 5 ball up table and use it. I remember having a conversation with our friend Steve Lipsky, and he mentioned that he used to like that 5 ball key ball, and he said it took him like a good 3 years or 2 years to stop using it because it, he ends up perfect like Kaci just did, and you get sort of stuck using it.
Hey, there's a nice trophy with the American Open emblem on the face of the clock.
And there's the score with Kaci.
The clock, which is running out on Thorsten.
Right.
And
Clenty's major sponsors, Predator and High Rock, you see them there right now. Thorsten's major sponsors, Kamui, Cyclop, and I think it's Valos. Double check that for you guys. Oh, Volmer is Thorsten's other sponsor. Do a quick shout out to Amsterdam Billiards, my sponsor, and Kamui Products, and my cue, who I'll share on my website, so I don't get anyone in trouble here. So he's going to pop this 13. He should hit the 15 ball pretty square here, which means he needs to get the cue ball off it, which means probably a stun draw. And not too hard. Ooh. So he hit the bottom side of the 15, and that's why he almost scratched. So that was a misjudgment on my part, and Clenty's alive here, so we won't say it's a misjudgment, but I think he should have hit that with a little more draw based on the result. But sometimes, I don't know, Danny, sometimes I think I'm going to hit one part of the ball and then I hit the other part.
Yeah, it happens.
You know, you overcut the ball a little bit, and now you're hitting a different part of the ball. And with these pockets being, average, normal size, there's a lot more pocket to play with, so you could actually hit different areas of the 15 very easily. But he's alive here, and Thorsten's patiently waiting for Clenty to miss. He might be better off tackling him at this point, because he's got to wait for Clenty to get a bad roll, or else he's going to be out here. Now these balls look pretty separated, so he could easily run this out without really doing too much work. The 12 ball goes after he clears out the 1, and then he can, maybe nudge the 3 out, but everything pretty much goes.
You get a shot at the 15, and then you can play the 13 and bump the 8.
Yeah, that's the 12 ball in the middle there, Danny.
12, sorry.
So I think the play is 7-1. If you can see the 7, I don't think the 6 is in the way, right? Nah, plenty of room for the 7. So 7-1. And he got the angle to go into him, so he's going to scramble him up, which means he'll preserve the 15 ball as a break shot, unless the 12 ball hits it out, which then will replace it as a break shot. And I'll position on the 11 probably if he uses follow. So the 12 ball did replace the 15, but it didn't quite get out of the stack, which means he's going to have to move the 12 out a little more or accept a different break shot.
Just play the 5 and then just play the 14. It frees up the position.
Yeah, the 12 ball is out of the stack, so he could use it as a break shot or the 15 ball.
Well, he might set up the 8 as a break after he plays the 5 and then the 14.
Right. If he maintains the correct angle on the 14, he can just push the 8 up a hair. Mm-hmm. It becomes a much more viable break shot than what he has. And he has the 11 as insurance, so he doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball.
That's right. Oh, spaghetti.
Yeah,
this is simple. 10, 3, 15 at the end. But how does he recover from the 11, which is dead straight?
He's got angle on that, Danny. He could go 2 rails out towards the 6.
But it's
He's got a natural 2 rail out towards the 6 inside.
If he doesn't hit the panic button, he's got an easy position here.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if he sees what you see. I know it's taken me a long time to see your patterns, Danny, and sometimes I'm good at reading it and sometimes I'm not. He's under a lot of pressure. He hasn't seen some of the more finer position patterns.
And then again, I haven't seen the overhead, but the 7 might not go past the 8.
Now the 5 definitely goes by the 8.
Oh, the 5. Yeah, but does the 7 go past the 8? That's the question. There's no 7. No.
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Guys, I am going to do a quick shout out to my wife, Christine. She's amazing. Appreciate everything she does for me. And actually, I'd like to thank my mom. She's probably sweating this online at home. She's a little sick, so I hope she feels better soon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wow.
Well, okay.
Wow.
Well, this is very tough. He didn't eliminate the 12, so once he pockets the 4 ball, he can't play the 6 or the 12, and he probably has to go forward for the 10, and then he won't be able to play the 15 because the 12's in the way. After he pockets the 10, the 3, and the 15, like you were saying, he can't do that. But maybe you can follow forward for the 12 next and play a soft follow shot.
Oh, he can play the 6. It passes the.
Well, the 6 passes the 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't want to take the 10 next, but I think that's what he's playing for, and I knew he was doing that.
All right.
But that eliminates that pattern at the end that you're talking about, and that makes it a lot more difficult to get on the 8.
Well, now he's got to play the 7 and bump the 15, which adds an element of danger to it.
Right. It lowers your percentages of getting out as frequently. The 12 ball is out of the rack, and the 6 ball is out of the rack. But that fine camera work, you can see that nice and clearly.
Boy, that's amazing.
This is so amazing. The funny thing is that line is very fine, guys, and if you are at home watching, you might not be able to see it on your TV screen because it's just it's very fine pen there. So if he can get out this rack, he'll only need 4 more balls. This is a little crazy. He's going to play the 15 and then the 12 and the 6. He's got a nice full beard, right, Danny? I don't think I had a beard at 19.
He didn't have a beard when this match started.
Well, if he plays the 15, he's going to brush the 8. Well, maybe, no, he can avoid it with follow, I think. He still has the 12 as a break shot. I can't believe he's having to play this actually for me. But,
Mangled it.
yeah, I mean, he's feeling the pressure.
No, I get it, but, you know.
Okay.
Well,
So,
we went to the well once too often.
people were saying that Kaci had won before that just happened. And
You totally jinxed them. I hope
you
you're
got
all
'em,
proud of
guys.
yourselves.
It's best not to give someone the win before it's done.
Not to count your Clinties before they're had.
A 46 ball run is nothing for Thorsten. And the 12 ball is out of the stack. So Thorsten has break shot options here.
No, he doesn't. Not anymore.
He's going to play the 6 and come back across for the 1.
Yeah, well, lots of luck with that.
He's got it. Yeah, lots of luck.
Well, he
How
had
about,
lots.
how about lots of skill?
He had lots of luck there. Have you been to the restaurant on First Avenue? Who's on First?
Yeah.
There's a Chinese restaurant on First Avenue called Who's on First.
All right, so Thorsten left his draw break shot. You know, Thorsten's been here before and pulled through.
Well, this is kind of exciting now.
Yeah, this is very exciting now. both players. I mean, 8 innings for a race to 200. That's still very strong.
Yeah, that's
very
pretty-
strong
yeah.
quality play. Thorsten's going into the 3. He's got a pretty thick angle.
You think he's going to turn the cue ball loose here?
I think if he stays true to what he's been doing, he will, but I don't like that. I like doing a stun draw off this.
Yeah. There's no reason to crush this.
I don't think he's going to crush this, actually.
Now if he loses the cue ball and scratches, he loses. There's no reason to. He can pop it back, come back about 4 inches,
Yeah,
5
he'll have
inches.
position on the 15 for sure.
Oh, wow. And he's safe. Okay. I want to see how Clinty gets out of this.
Guys, I'm not saying it's straight in. I'm saying the angle didn't allow him to hit it softly and have it explode. He had to create energy
He
by hitting it
he
harder.
didn't have to do any of that.
But he didn't have to hit it Mach 80. You know, he had to
Yeah.
hit it. He had to hit it with a stun draw, and accept that he wasn't going to explode the rack. He
I
tried
mean-
to explode the rack.
You know, you're not always guaranteed when the balls are in funny positions to get a shot. And sometimes you tie balls up the table. There's a lot of negatives to hitting it like that.
Yeah, again, Thorsten's won more world championships in straight pull than anyone I know.
I agree.
And, you know, he's got a method to his madness, and it works for him. It doesn't work for everybody. In this particular case, it might work for him if he pockets the 3. If he doesn't, then we'll say it didn't work for him, you know.
Well, that doesn't
scratched
change.
twice,
That
you
doesn't change the nature of hitting it hard. It doesn't change the negatives, no matter how many championships he's won. What's the payoff? By the way, I think he's forgetting that Clinty's on a scratch.
He is, but he's got to take this 3. It doesn't matter from here, right?
He's playing the 7.
No, he's cutting the 3 in the lower, upper right corner. Yeah, upper
Mad-
right corner.
It's madness.
Upper left corner, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is madness.
Okay.
I mean, this is a pretty thick hit, Danny. This isn't a thin cut. He's close to the ball. Pockets are pretty big. I prefer to be shooting a shot down the rail, but I think Thorsten's got to come with this and supposed to come with this. And he didn't come with it. And that's the set. you know, I mean, like, what, he's supposed to play safe there and let
Yeah,
Clinty shoot
take a
that?
scratch.
Clinty shot that 7 ball jacked up
He
over the
could
shot,
take, he could
over the
take
table.
He could take a scratch and move it a
Where-
tad closer to the 7. He just doesn't have to hand it over the way it was.
I got you. You got to take away the 3 ball out of play.
Yeah, that shot was
I'm just not sure if Denny has a shot in the 2. You know, like
as great a player as he is. It's a low percentage shot, and as great a shooter as Clinty is, it's a low percentage shot. Okay, so he should need 7 balls from here. And he does have the 3 ball hanging in the pocket. That's a safe shot in case he gets stuck. Shooting for 6. Guess he'll play the 15 and a 9.
15 naturally goes into the 6. Why not draw a little bit off the 6 and you have the 6 or the 7 next?
Well, he's only shooting for 6 balls, and he has the 3 ball hanging in the far corner pocket.
Gotcha.
Pick up that 11 first.
Yeah, why not? You're straight in on it.
Yeah.
there's any angle at all, I don't. But I think he's dead straight. Stop shot, he's got the 15 after, then the 9. He's also got the 8 next.
Yeah. Oof. Should need 4 from here, I think.
Yeah, he's already feeling the pressure. People probably shouldn't clap yet. Yeah, there's the championship clock.
Whoa.
No, I hit that in the center of the pocket. That was good. He's got the 5.
He needs 3 from here. Might be a good time to cash in the
4-3.
yeah. Yeah, you got the 5 right there.
I would not shoot this.
I don't even know what this is, and I agree with you.
Yeah, he's looking at the 15. But there's, I would shoot the 5 10,000 times before I'd shoot the 15.
Wow.
Yeah, you got the rail to help you see the line. You know, like this is a crazy easy shot. He's not going to miss this. He's making it difficult though.
He needs 2.
I think he's dead straight on the 15. You don't jack up. You follow forward and you play the 3 next. Call the set. I play the 9 because I'm closer to it.
I would bank the 9.
Oh, what a match.
Okay, 20 wins 200 to 100 something. I don't know what Thorsten was at.
And he's the champion. Guys,
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 American 14-1 champion, Kaci. Give him a nice big hand. And how about a big hand for our runner-up, Thorsten Hohmann.
Well, as I said at the onset, don't we all wish we were 19? You know, what can I say? 19 years old and comes over here with Albanian nerves of steel. Congratulations. So now we have to call him Mr. Kaci. Congratulations to Thorsten, many-time winner, just a great player, a great match. And you know, many people, both sides had a chance to come back, which you always like to see in a great match. You know, if one guy sits in his chair and a guy runs 200, wonderful. But I enjoy seeing the ebb and flow of a difficult pool match, and we certainly saw that in this. I thank everyone for coming. I thought this year's tournament was as good as any. This is a great room. Those of you who are local here, come over and play some straight pool. And we expect to be back here next year. Same time, same place. Same guy. Congratulations. Thanks for everyone for coming. Yes. Well, you know, actually, I forgot the trophy because my kids say, Dad, a clock? Nobody uses a clock today. But, you know, do I want to give a Thorsten or Mr. Kaci another glass bowl? So here you go. New York time, but there you are, yeah. Let me see if they get a picture. Let's get a picture. If we want any pictures, go ahead and get a picture. Clint, yeah, let him get some pictures. Good.
Guys, thank you again.
Ira, come down and.
Danny Brody and I are signing off. Talk to you again soon, guys.
Yeah, Karim. You know, again, our major sponsors. This doesn't happen. This doesn't happen like you know, you make chocolate chip cookies for your kids. This happens because a lot of people put in a lot of work. Andy Lincoln, Charlie, tons of work. And first place, by the way, we gave him some Monopoly money. You guys know Monopoly. We gave him a little money. First place was $10,000. Second place was $6,000. So, and that didn't happen overnight. And this tournament is not funded by player entry fees. This tournament has been funded by The Room, Carom Cafe, Simona's Cloth, Predator, and all of our other sponsors. That's why this happens, not because of stiff player entry fees. So that's a key element here. We hope to continue to do that. Thanks again for Kareem and Predator and Carom Cafe, Ira Lee. Kareem, please.
Hey, thank you everybody for coming today. It was awesome. I love straight pool. I love watching Thorsten win, sometimes lose. If the player has the Predator logo, I'm biased, I know. But it was awesome to see the experience playing against the new generation. And it's also really, really, really cool. I like the vibe. And next year we're going to make it a bigger tournament. We're trying to get a bunch of friends from the industry to invest more in the event. So I hope that to see you again next year and to see you promote the game, promote the players, support the players who travel all around the world to create such a great event, such a great show for all of us. Thank you again. Great job, buddy.
You know, yeah, I'm sorry. It's Michael, come on up. Don't be shy. Michael Kang took over this room. He can tell you the story. And many of you know the Sang Lee story. But Michael has been very instrumental in helping us, in putting this together, in agreeing to give up his tables for 3 days, let us play.
I'd just like to say thank you to Peter and all the players and Kareem to make this possible. I'm a little sorry for this is the first time event for Carom Cafe, you know, the straight pool tournament. We are a little bit not experienced at this thing. We are usually three-cushion people.
Well, really, the deal is these tables have pockets. You understand? These tables have pockets.
Anyway, it was the first time, but I'm happy. It came just, you know, enough. Maybe next year it could be a much better event. Please come and enjoy. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Thanks everyone for coming and watching here these 4 days here. Nice show and all these great players from all over the world. Thanks for the support, and I'll see you next time, and yeah.
See you next year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you can put this in the box probably.
All right, yeah, better.
And if you want, I can send you a new plan.